course it is. Is that better? Is that better, everyone? Yes? Okay, looks like it's working. Okay, looks like we're good now. Man, there are so many buttons. Hi, everyone. Okay, are we better yet? Are we better yet? I'm so confused. Okay. Okay, so we're coming at you from Geek Fortress. Bridge, thank you for the follow. You're awesome. Welcome to the Fortnites. Yeah, you saw that. Yeah, awesome. Psh, psh. Playing some Modern tonight. I'm Coleman. TJ is out manning the store right now while Dylan is at Comic-Con or whatever. If you're into that sort of thing. Yeah, he's down at Comic-Con. TJ's holding the booth out there for at least around maybe 2, maybe more. I'm not sure. No one tells me anything. So, how's all of your days? Did you enjoy your Saturday? It's awesome. We do have a bit of a lower turnout than normal because of the aforementioned Comic-Con. A bunch of people are heading down there. That did not do anything. There we go. They're down there. They're doing their own thing, checking out the city of Seattle. But we're up about an hour north. We're up an hour north in Snohomish. Peter went snowboarding. Nice. There's a lot of snow around here right now, at least up in the mountains. Yep, we are starting round 1. Of how many, I don't know. I'm going to assume it's 5 because I like 5 rounds. It is a lot more fun to have 5 rounds than 3. Yep, there are 11 people out there, so it is going to be 4 rounds. At least, that is what I am told. Hopefully someone out there will tell me what's going to happen. Thank you. Again, the button right here is really causing an issue. It really should. It's a polo shirt. Gotta say, I'm liking it too. Yep, just looks like everyone's getting settled. Oh, you're gonna go watch Logan later tonight. That is cool. I'm gonna go watch Logan play outside. He is doing some things, playing some cards, doing some other stuff. This was the most important purchase of the day. Yeah. Yeah, it's possible it's opening weekend. That might have changed some things up. Yeah, that might have changed some things up, that it's opening weekend for Logan. But hey, we'll celebrate the people we have here, and everyone in the chat. You are also awesome for watching. There are, almost 50. Wow, that is a lot of people. There's a lot of people watching. Let's see. Yep, Comic-Con's happening. So.
Okay, so it's going to be 4 rounds.
Okay.
Harry's against the wall.
Okay.
Chance's playing against Harry's playing Grixis. And I believe Chance.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So our first round.
What? You good?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
So our first round of the evening is going to be Chance versus Harry. Chance is on Boros Burn. Harry is on Grixis. So I'm going to throw it out to you guys. Who do you think is going to win? My personal money is on Burn. It's probably just a little bit more tuned. Hi, the Jekyll. Hi, how's it going? You're awesome. So what card to put here? It's probably a good one. And let's just go with the classic. Alright, and well, let's looking like some fans of Burn in here. TJ isn't even one of them. I would not have called that. Well, we will see you I guess I will see you. It's only me. I'll see you down on the booth. That. And by booth, I meant Battlefield. R. Jorgensen! That 4-month resub. Get some hype in the chat. Hype in the chat. Hype in the chat for R. Jorgensen. That Twitch Prime subscription. You're awesome. So, it looks like whoever's on the play is actually going to be favored. I think that's true about just about any matchup, but this one in particular. If Harry can lead on some discard spells and maybe follow that up with like a Tasigur, or if he can land a Collective Brutality on turn 2, that's going to be a real backbreaker. But if Chance gets to be on the play and maybe establish an early Goblin Guide or a Lavamancer, that's also almost game-breaking right there. So just figuring out the mulligans. Look like there's a 6. 6, very good die roll. And a 10 from Harry. Ooh, how do you solve this one? Not quite as much. So it looks like Harry is going to be on the play. This matchup, traditionally very favored for Burn. Yeah, very favored for Burn. Five Finger! Thanks for that Twitch Prime subscription. You're awesome. Yeah. It's more hype. Ah! Thank you to JL Martin. You're also better than just about everyone else. True fact. So it looks like Harry is looking at... Is that a Hallowed Fountain? No, that's a Ghost Quarter. Yeah, it looks... Ooh, that is some cards there. Trying to figure out. I think I saw a flash of a Culligan's Command there. Very good card in there. And by better than everyone else, I mean everyone else is equally as awesome because you're all amazing. Yeah, you guys are all awesome. So it looks like Chance is going to keep his 7 cards, and that's going to make his matchup a little bit better. TJ is outside. He's getting the storefront taken care of while Dylan is down at Comic-Con. He's doing his own thing. I'm going to be back here filling both roles. It's going to be very interesting. So Harry's going to take that mulligan to 6. He's going to look at a hand of a couple lands, a couple Thought Scours. Actually, that's a lot of lands and a couple Thought Scours, but it does have that Cryptic Command. That Cryptic Command is going to be very good.
TJ's out here, but he'll be in here later. Hi.
You heard it here first. That's where TJ is. So Polluted Delta come down from Harry. He's going to pass the turn. Chance is going to draw a card, and he's looking to look to play 1-drop. The best one for him to play, obviously, is Goblin Guide. Maybe suspend a Rift Bolt, or just a Lava Spike. He's going to Fetch Shock, go for that Sacred Foundry. Sorry, I've had a couple songs stuck in my head for the last week. So we are going to see a Rift Bolt come down. Got it. Harry going to look at his Polluted Delta, think about cracking it, think about not cracking it. Yep, looks like he is going to crack it before it gets to his turn. Going to go find probably a Steam Vents, maybe a Water Gift, but it's probably going to be a blue source. Well, it is a blue source, so we are going to see a Thought Scour, probably on the end step. Don't think he's going to target Chance all that much. So we're going to see a Thought Scour. It's going to flip Logic Knot and Polluted Delta. He's going to draw, I think that was a Snapcaster. Oh, no, that was not. We see a Creeping Tar Pit come down from Harry. He's going to pass the turn. Upkeep, Chance is going to remember his Rift Bolt, which, gotta say, always remember your Rift Bolts. Chan's going to draw Lightning Helix. He's going to play a land. He's going to play another fetch. He's going to fetch. Going to go get that basic mountain. Because, of course, there are no basic islands in this burn deck. And I have to... If there's an Eidolon, this would be a great time for it. But I think he does have one.
is getting played.
Fantastic. Do see a Lava Spike come down, targeting Harry, because he doesn't want to target himself. And we're going to see a Goblin Guide. Okay, that's also a perfectly fine line. He's going to attack, going to reveal a Lightning Bolt. Looks like bolts are in both decks. What's up, Donnie? And we are going to... And I assume we're going to see no blocks. And Harry's going to fall to 11. Going to go to his turn. He's going to draw that Lightning Bolt. Going to play a Sulphur Falls untapped because of that basic island. Going to go to Chance's turn. He's going to draw. And he's going to look over his hand and realize all of his cards basically do the same thing. They deal damage very well. Going to see him tap that Sacred Foundry. Oh, no, he's going to untap it. He's going to reconsider what he wants to do. But I think no matter what, we are going to see an attack with the Goblin Guide. Of course, knowing about that Lightning Bolt makes it a little bit more awkward. Yep, we're going to see that attack. It's going to reveal an Ancestral Vision. Ancestral, not really at its best in this matchup. You don't really want to suspend a card for 4 turns when you could just be dead by then. But we are going to see that Lightning Bolt take down the Goblin Guide, and then second main phase we are going to see the Eidolon. But it's going to get Spell Snared. Nice one by Harry. And then we're just going to continue the 1-mana plays. We're going to Thoughtscour ourselves to get rid of that Ancestral Vision and a Serum Visions to draw a card. He's going to draw a main deck negate. Is very interesting. He's going to play a Blood Crypt tapped, pass the turn over to Chance. Chance is going to play an Arid Mesa. And probably a 2-drop of... Oh, he's just going to pass. We are going to see another Thoughtscour targeting himself. There goes the Tasigur, there goes the Snapcaster. 2 cards that work well with the graveyard, not really great in the graveyard. He's going to draw Engineered Explosive off that Thoughtscour. He's going to draw another card for the turn. He's going to consider his plays, especially with that negate. He's going to try to figure out where exactly to pick his spots. He's going to play Bloodstained Mire. And what is he going to do with that? He's just going to pass. It's perfectly fine. We're going to see a Boros Charm. I thought we were going to see Lightning Helix. Boros Charm from Chance. 4 damage to Harry, but that is going to get negated. Chance is going to take a draw. He's going to play a second fetch land, the Wooded Foothills, to complement the Arid Mesa. You see 2 mana here, and we're going to see a Lightning Helix at Harry himself. Now this one might also fall victim to a Snapcaster. Nope, it is going to resolve. Harry's going to go to 8, and Chance is going to go up to 19. Then Harry's going to fall to 7, crack this fetch, going to probably go find a Shockland of some kind. Of course, I don't think he wants to pay 2 life. He's not actually playing Death Shadow. Ermi J. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Welcome to the Fortnights. I'm Coleman. Normal host TJ is not here at the moment, but he will be here in a little bit. Welcome to Fortnights. In the chat, if you want to, if you could put down where you're from, what your favorite format is, and what deck you like playing in that format. Haven't done that in a while. I really like that. It's really fun. So he's going to go to his turn. He's going to play a Polluted Delta. And he is going to think about his options. Now the problem with his spot is that he's giving Chance a couple draw steps because he has no pressure. He may have stabilized the board, but he might be losing to Chance's draws. So Chance is gonna crack this fetch. Gonna go get a Sacred Foundry, perhaps. Yep. EDH, Vile Smasher, and Thrasios. Nice. That's pretty cool. Modern Burn. Another Burn player. Granted, not quite the Burn I'm used to. We are going to see another Eidolon of the Great Revel come down here. That's a very interesting card. Esper Control rocking it all the way in Ontario, Canada. Nice. Shout out to Canada. So this Eidolon is on the stack, and it's going to be up to Harry to maybe do something about it. And it looks like it does resolve. So we're going to ship the turn back. Harry's going to go to 6. Now, crucially, 6 is basically 2 burn spells from Chance. London, Ontario. Nice. Favorite format is Modern. Another Canadian. We're going to see him find a Watergrave tapped. Then we might see the overpay on engineered explosives to try to kill that Eidolon without taking 2 damage. But nope, we're just going to pass. Maybe activate the Colonnade for a block. Escape Shift, another great card. And it looks like Chance did draw a Lightning Bolt. Speaking of which, it looks like we are going to see a Bolt come at Harry's face. And we're going to see the Cryptic go for the counter draw, I believe. Oh, no, counter bounce. Okay, so Chance does take 2 for that. He does go to 16. Well, TJ is out in a way. He's outside. And he'll be back here. Not fair. Maybe an hour or so. He'll be back here for round 2. So with the counter and bounce, makes me think he has some kind of... He doesn't really have an answer to the Eidolon. Because he doesn't want to take the 2 damage, go to 4, fall in range of a Boros Trem. Nice. I do like Siege Rhinos. Yeah, TJ chose this. Weird that he'd put Burn on the first round. So Harry's going to draw. He's going to survey his hand, look at that engineered explosives, and try to figure out what his best line of attack against this Eidolon is. I guarantee he does know the EE interaction. He's the one who actually taught me about that interaction. So we are going to see that. Did draw another Ancestral come down. We are going to see an attack from Eidolon. Put Harry to 4. And we're going to see a Stomping Ground come in from Chance. Okay, it looks like he's not going to do anything. We're going to see that Ancestral tick down. And it looks like he has Cryptic. Well, laziness is a motivating factor in most of my decisions. Costa Rica, nice. I do like the variety. We're going to see a Swiftspear come down from Chance. He is going to take 2 damage off that. Now, Harry may respond to that. Or he may not. It's all a question of what does he think are his best avenues of victory. We're going to see a Skullcrack come down. Chance is going to take 2 off that. And here's where we get the Cryptic command. Now, the mode will obviously be counter it, but the other question is, tap your creatures. Now, Chance is left with 1 card in hand. It's probably not a spell, otherwise he probably would have cast it. And now, it's Harry's move. On the end step, he's thinking about doing something, which is weird. I don't know what he would have. Maybe a Bolt? Or a Thought Scour, perhaps? Nope. He's got nothing. So we're going to see a downtick on the Ancestral. And he's, again, going to look at this Engineered Explosives. Because Cryptic Command has a converted mana cost of 4, it does not trigger the Eidolon. Eidolon only triggers with cards 3 or less. It's very similar to the way I always remembered is Collected Company itself is a great fan of Eidolon. The creature's not so much. Why not? We've got an attack from Chance. No, it starts at 7 on Monday or no Wednesdays. Wednesdays are when it starts at 7. So we're gonna see Chance fetch. If he has Searing Blaze, he has Searing Blaze. That's kind of where I'm at too. He was gonna see a fetch, And it looks like he does have the Searing Blaze if he's fetching now. Yep, 2 mana, looks like a Searing Blaze. So it's going to be 3 damage and 3 damage. Assuming Harry does not have another counterspell. Because if he has another counterspell, it's pretty good. Nope, that is going to be the game. Boros takes down game 1. Pretty, I wouldn't say convincingly, but those Ancestrals were not that good at all. You know, as we saw that last turn, he still had 2 more turns before that Ancestral could come off. So why attack before using the Skull? Why not attack before using the Skullcrack? It's possibly he wanted to bait Harry out by doing something else. Might want to get another prowess trigger. Might want to get Harry to do some, like I said before, force Harry to make an action before Chance did. Now, granted, he ran into the one card that makes that really bad with Cryptic Command. But that's the breaks. Why is Chance down on Storm? I don't know. I know he plays Storm a lot. Budget Seth Rogen? I will take Budget Seth Rogen. That dude is hilarious. So we're gonna go into game 2. Harry is probably gonna be boarding out those Ancestrals. Ancestral, not... You just don't have the time for Ancestral. We are probably going to see more, maybe some Dispels, maybe some more Negates. Yeah, we're going to see some Dispels, some more Negates. Maybe another Collective Brutality if he's playing one on the board. Out of Chance, we're all going to see Path to Exile. Going to take probably those Searing Blazes out. Even though it won Chance the game there in that last turn, there aren't that really many targets for... there aren't that many targets for it. Yeah, there are a lot of Ancestral. Yeah, we're talking about Ancestral Vision. It's actually the card that is next to Harry's name right there. Yeah, that's you just suspend it for 4 turns. Sorry, and when it comes off suspend, you can draw 3 cards. And of course, drawing a card is probably the most powerful thing to do in Magic. Burn with Time Lanes. I hadn't considered that. That's actually really interesting. Yeah, so we're gonna. We also might see some Skullcracks come out. Although I'm not an expert on Burn by any means, TJ is the one who actually does know this matchup very well. Of course, he actually is. For a while, he actually couldn't beat Grixis. Funny enough, he was about a year without beating Grixis, and we all made fun of him for it. Because it is a traditionally very good matchup for Burn. Budget Seth Rogen better than actual Seth Rogen? That is I think I would still take actual Seth Rogen. Dude, don't worry about it. If you have any questions, the chat is perfectly fine answering. We've all been there. We've all been new to Magic. I have as well. I ask questions. I got answers. That's why I love the community so much. Isn't waiting 3 turns a little too late against Burn? Yep, exactly. It's the card is very, very good when you have the time that you can actually use it. That's why you're probably going to see Harry board them out, because he doesn't have enough time. Also, traditionally, why counterspells that cost more than 3 mana, unless they're, or more than 2 mana, unless they're a Cryptic Command, probably aren't really that good against aggro decks in general, because you just don't have the time to make those good. And we are going to see Harry probably with a mulligan. He's got 7 cards. All of them are good, but he doesn't have any lands. And of course, lands and spells is the traditional combo. Chance also going to take a mulligan. Yeah, every time probably Harry mulligans, it's better for Chance, since he all of Chance's cards do the same thing. They all deal damage in some way, or remove problem cards. And all of Harry's cards, however, are either removal spells, or maybe a couple counter spells, or Yeah, that's it. And then Snapcaster is kind of that in-between of both. Basically, Harry's going to try to operate on getting card advantage, and Chance is just going to say, I don't care about your card advantage, it means nothing if you're dead. Hello, I'm going to mispronounce your name, and I apologize in advance. Licencia do Capo? Again, I apologize if I horrifically butchered that. So here's going to look at his 6, and that's a Sun Drop. Sun Droplet's a very interesting card for him to have, and it looks like he is going to keep it. He does have 2 counterspells and that Sun Droplet. Chance, however, is going to take that mulligan 2/5. And while we wait for that... Thank you. I am notoriously horrible at pronunciations. Looks like Chance is he's gonna take another mulligan. Looks like he didn't have any lands, and of course it doesn't matter about the matchup percentages if you mulligan to Oblivion. And at this point, if I'm Harry, I'm not. Yeah, mulliganing is unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's just the name of the game sometimes. So I hope for everyone's sake that Chance is able to keep the 4. Okay, looks like he is going to scry. He's going to leave it on top, which is good news if you're a Burn fan. Oxier1, welcome to the Fortnites. In the chat, put down where you're watching from, if you're okay with that, what decks you like to play, and what format you like to play. I really enjoy it. So Harry's considering his scry, and that has to make me think that it's probably a land. Yep, Chances on his 4. We are going to see Harry with a Shock and probably a Thought Scour if he's passing here. And I always like Thought Scouring when my opponent has scryed, and I know that, and they keep it on top. I really like Thought Scouring them. I realize that's probably a little weird, but it is. So we see a Goblin Guide come down from Chance. That's going to be pretty good on off a mold of 4. He's got the 1-drop. That's very good. We're going to see a Thought Scour come in response to that Goblin Guide trigger. He is going to take 2, and we're going to reveal another Thought Scour on top. Ooh, looks like Harry, that might be why he thought about his scry enough. He had 1 land? Not very good. We are going to see Relic come down from Chance. Tennessee like playing elves. Perfect. I love elves as well. We are going to see this Goblin Guide probably come into the red zone again. Of course, whenever Boros Burn attacks, it's always the red zone. Activation of Relic is going to force Harry to remove that Tar Pit. And activate... We're going to see that. Well, that's not a land. And he really wants that land. We're going to see a 2 damage. We're going to see Harry take 2, I should say. See a Thought Scour, mill that Snapcaster that was revealed, and a Sulfur Falls. That is a very good question. When index with Thought Scour, you're going to see probably Snapcaster Mage, which utilizes the graveyard, or Tastic, or Delve cards, which also use the graveyard. So when you play Thought Scours, you tend to use your graveyard as a resource. So it's just more of a resource, I should say. It's more of a resource. So we're going to see an attack for 3, but we do finally hit a land. That did not save. We do finally hit a land on for Harry, so that's going to be a little bit better. It's not great by any means, but it's not looking bad. We're going to see a 3rd Thought Scour come down. It's going to flip another land and a Dispel. And off this mull to 4, Chance is looking actually very, very good. This Bloodstained Mire is going to come down for Harry, and maybe this Sun Droplet is gonna come down here. Although he's at 10. This is not looking super hot. Oh, he might not. Yeah. I'm not sure anyone's out there playing Scred. I do not know what everyone's playing. I know I know what these two are playing, and I know someone is playing the deck that I loaned out. That is all I know that everyone's playing. So, also something that's interesting. That mountain that hit the graveyard is Harry's, I believe, only basic mountain. So if he fetches, he's gonna have to get a shock, or he's gonna have to get something else. So he is gonna fetch, and it looks like he's gonna fetch with a Steam Vents, or with a Scalding Turn, I should say, and he's gonna find a basic island, and we are gonna see that Sun Droplet come up. Yeah, he's just setting aside cards he can't actually cast yet. Yep, so we're going to see him tap those 2 lands. Yep, just figuring out exactly how much damage he's going to take over the next couple turns. The card that I'll be pulling it up here in a second if he actually does end up casting it. Looks like he's eyeing it. It looks like he may be considering negate, but at this point, I think you have to advance the board state. Oh, we're going to see Collective Brutality, also perfectly fine. Collective Brutality, a great card for Harry. We're going to probably see take down the Goblin Guide, drain you for 2, and duress you. He's going to go for all 3 modes. And we're going to see Boros Charm, Eidolon, and Path. And I believe we are going to take the Boros Charm because, well, Path is not looking so hot. And of course, Chance immediately draws the land. So, taking that Boros Charm is actually very good. Chance gonna crack a Scalding Turn, gonna go find probably another basic. Or should I say the first basic. And gonna play this Eidolon of the Great Revel. That's really gonna limit Harry's spells because he's gonna be under a significant amount of pressure. Yeah, he's gonna force Harry to exile a card. Yep, gonna exile a land. Lands not as good as spells in the graveyard. At least in Harry's deck. So we're gonna see Swift Spear come across the red zone for 1. Here he's gonna draw a card for his turn. And now he still has not drawn a land. He did draw Serum Visions, but Visions also is not looking great. We are gonna see Sun Droplet here. He's gonna take 2 for it, but it is gonna enter the battlefield. Sun Droplet, really weird card. It sees a lot of play in Lantern decks, mostly because, well, they have enough time that that gaining life over and over again is actually better than traditional gain a ton of life at one time cards. So we're gonna have Chance leave that Arid Mesa in play as he cracks it, and proves me wrong. So he's got 1 card in hand, and I believe that is a Path. But what he might be considering cracking the Relic right now to try to find another way of dealing or maintaining pressure. Yep, that's what he's doing right now. He's going to crack the Relic, going to take away all of those cards. And what do we find? Did we find a spell or did we find a land? Ooh, I think we found a spell. Looks to be a 2-drop of some kind. Oh, yeah, we found a Boros Charm. Yeah, he is going to take 2 for that. Harry is going to take 4. Going to put 4 charge counters on that Eidolon. He's going to go up to 2 on his upkeep by removing a counter. And he is... also, he's not looking very good. Okay, 2... Again, playing at 2 versus an Eidolon, he's going to go to 3 on Chance's turn. And we're going to see an attack. We're going to see a Snapcaster. He's going to fall to 1. And, well, we're going to see a path anyway. So, yeah, we're going to see Boros Burn take down Grixis Control. Boros Burn, again, was on a Mulda 4 that game. That's very, very impressive that he got that game off a Mulda 4. But that also shows you how good the matchup is, and how good his cards are in the matchup. That, hey, I can mulligan to like very few cards, but all of my cards are going to be very, very good. So, I'm gonna head back up to the booth, and I will see you there. Burn, also, very good choice against Grixis, if anyone was wondering going forward. See you there. Hello, welcome back to Geek Fortress. Miffy5839, thank you for the 5-month resub. Yeah, you're awesome. Knighthood maintained. Get some hype up in the chat. I'm Coleman. I'm coming at you from a store in Snohomish, Washington called Geek Fortress. We're playing some modern action. We just saw Burn take down Grixis Control. I believe there was a combined 7 mulligans in that game. And I think 4 of them were on the Burn side, and Burn still won 2-0. So Burn is still a good deck. Yeah, we're coming at you from Geek Fortress. We're coming at about an hour north of Seattle, Washington. We're playing some modern action. There's going to be 4 rounds tonight. A little bit lower turnout than we're used to, but it's okay. We got some awesome people out there. We got some awesome people watching. Violent speed momentum. That is very true. It is very fast, and once you start rolling, it's very hard to stop. Well, if you like today, well, we've got another modern stream, but it's on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. local time. So basically, on Wednesdays, fast forward 18 minutes, and that's what time we start on Wednesdays. Then yesterday, we actually had a Legacy tournament that lasted way more. That lasted 5 rounds. We had a 5-round Legacy tournament yesterday. That starts at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. All of our times are going to be in Pacific. If you like what you're seeing, hit the follow button. If you don't like what you're seeing, hit that follow button anyway. You can come back and see if we've changed. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell the people you're not sure if they're friends or your enemies. Yep, specifically Pacific. That is very true. It's the very specific ocean.
I'm joining you.
Oh, hi, Harry.
That Grixis Control player is so bad. Oh man, I missplayed so bad.
You slipped past security, my bad.
Yeah,
God, our quality control is horrible.
yeah, I know.
So
How's
this
it going?
pretty good. Funny enough, this is not actually TJ. This is Harry.
Yeah, TJ is much more handsome than me.
Forced you to say that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
See how bad I was though? Oh my god.
I don't know why you kept the one-lander.
Because I had negate, spell snare, collective brutality.
Oh, that's actually a really, really good, hand.
Yeah, it was alright. But I don't think I should discard the land to collective brutality.
Did you discard that?
I discarded one of my lands.
Oh.
I mean, worst case, he has Eidolon, and he did.
the island.
So it kind of went downhill from there.
I think you milled the basic mountain, which was also pretty rough.
Yeah, no, I was gonna play the Bloodstain, and I was like, God damn it! So I can't play. I literally milled the only mountain I had, and I was just like, this is the worst case scenario.
This is very bad.
So that went well. I mean, it's a hard matchup regardless, because Collective Brutality isn't from the side, so they're not even in the main.
Oh wow, yeah, that's very rough. I mean, game one you suspended an Ancestral and died with it till it's 2 turns away.
Yeah, I was very happy to top deck that. Yeah, I kept drawing Cryptics, which is fine, but if like you don't have a clock at all, it's like you can't do anything in the matchup. So
yeah, that's the classic thing of you've stabilized the board, but you're probably gonna die to their draws anyway.
Yeah, it's not a fun matchup regardless.
Oh, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, Company can't beat Tron because it's the same way. You can stabilize the board. You can make sure.
Company couldn't beat anything.
Oh, that's hurtful. As I recall,
maybe it's just because I've watched you play.
As I recall, you lost to Company in Vancouver.
That's true.
So clearly, it beats Harry.
1, top deck of his life, and 2, good player.
Excuses.
And 1 I threw away.
So while we're waiting for the next round, we've still got about 10 minutes.
Yeah, I thought I'd just hang out. There's not very many matches going on. Everyone's at Comic-Con, apparently.
Yeah, same with Dylan.
Yeah, so.
What is that card?
I just thought you might be lonely. Thought I'd join you.
I'm so lonely.
Talk about Modern.
Yeah, well, we do have the class. We do have the banned and restricted list coming up on Monday. But
we do.
Everyone talks about that.
What do you think is going to happen?
No changes.
I also agree.
Yeah, I don't think anything's going to happen.
I mean, I know what I want to happen. But,
I also know what I want to happen, but that will never happen.
Well, I think what you want and what I want are very different things, probably.
Yes, that's very true.
Because I know what you want, actually, now that I think about it.
I want a certain thing to go away.
A certain thing to go away or come back?
Go away. I don't care if it comes. I don't care if another card comes back.
Yeah, I thought you cared about Pod.
I do like Pod, but I'm not as insane about Pod. In fact, I'm actually happy that Pod's gone.
Yeah.
I think Modern is a lot healthier with Pod and Twin gone than it was with them in the format.
I want Twin to come back.
I don't want Twin to come back. I think it's.
I don't know if it's good. I just want to play Turbo Twin, which is the least, which was less broken than the other versions.
I do want the Tron lands to go away. That's where I was going. I want the Tron decks to go away. I am actually wearing a tie. That's correct.
I'm right there with you in the sense that I'm not a fan of the Tron lands at all, but I respect that it's a different style of deck than everything.
Yeah, that's kind of where I've reached. I respect it. I will never like it, and I will always hate it. But yep.
I mean, we play decks that are very bad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Both of us do. Like,
yeah. That is also not a small part of it.
But I don't know. Maybe they just ban one Tron land. That seems fair.
Yeah, just one of them. Yeah, you can play the other ones. Why not?
TJ is running the store because Dylan is not here tonight.
Yeah, he's doing his own Comic-Con thing.
Yeah, so we decided to give TJ a little bit more power than usual. Somewhat questionable.
Yeah, his first round was burn. Probably should have seen that one.
I mean,
coming.
We're still here. We're doing all right. So.
Yeah. That's actually a really interesting question. I was discussion I was having with TJ last night. Is Tron a control deck?
I think it is.
That's funny because I actually don't. I think it's a ramp deck, and I don't think it's a control deck.
I mean, it is a ramp. Can you not be both?
I don't think you can be ramp control.
I feel like it is a control deck because control decks inherently want to go to the late game, and that's where Tron wants to be.
See, that's basically my points were that it's definitely not. If it's a control deck, it's definitely not a typical control deck.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Oh, is it March 13th? I thought it was on Monday. I guess it's a week from Monday. Also, hi Melvin.
I don't know who Melvin is, but
he's the Muppet.
The Muppet. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. Just don't use the other word.
I don't know. I feel like if Tron can out-control control decks in the sense that it's going bigger and later, then it's essentially a control deck. I mean, I think it's less of a control deck than it used to be with Ayavugan, but
oh sure.
I think the general game plan is essentially the same. Where I feel like something like Eldrazi is slightly more of a ramp deck. Eldrazi or Eldrazi Tron.
Oh, I guess that's fair. I guess Eldrazi Tron is definitely the ramp deck.
Yeah, they're both ramp decks in a sense, but because I think Tron goes so wide in a sense, like so over the top, it feels like a control deck. I don't know, trying to get to the late game. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Kind of in both categories, honestly. I wouldn't say Esper has a great Tron matchup. I'd say if Esper has the right cards at the right time, it's a good matchup. But there's cards like Ulamog and stuff like that that just have cast triggers. And then there's stuff that if it hits the field like Karn, they can't really get rid of it at all. I don't know. I think Tron's less consistent in the late game than they used to be. But
yeah, that's very true. Without having that inevitable just worm coil engines.
But I think if they're able to stick a threat against most control decks, it's really hard for most control decks. And
yeah,
in any meta that Modern's ever had recently, to deal with Planeswalkers.
Especially with Ugin. Ugin is very, very good at really dominating a board state. Even more than Karn, which I didn't think would actually happen.
Yeah, they kind of revolve around different axes, but yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, it's where I remember when Ugin first showed up in Tron decks, and I was like, that's not going to stay around.
Yeah.
That card's you can't do that off 3 lands. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Lantern's also a control deck. That I agree with. Lantern is definitely a control deck.
Yeah, it's
prison, but
there's no top tier regular control deck, but I say Lantern's like prison control and Tron's like ramp control. Mm-hmm. We don't have any pure control, which would be like something like Jeskai possibly or Esper right now,
or maybe even blue white.
Yeah.
I definitely think blue-white is very underplayed. Mm-hmm. But I think, like, there's a lot of decks in that's the thing. Modern is so big that there is always going to be decks that are underplayed.
Yeah. Like,
Spirits is underplayed.
There's a lot of them. I mean, yeah. I agree. Team Revolution.
Well, it is definitely underplayed since you're not playing it.
But, I mean, even decks like Grixis are, like, they have to play like Tasigur and stuff to have a clock essentially. Like they can't even be pure control.
Oh sure, but I mean you can definitely steal wins by going like Fulminator, Kolaghan's Command, get back Fulminator you.
Yeah, I just meant in general as far as like control decks feel like they have to have a clock in there that's quicker than you would typically see in a control deck as far as like Miracles or something in Legacy for example.
Sure. But I mean they I guess the control decks in Modern don't really have the quote-unquote lockout potential of counterbalance and top.
They don't have the consistency, essentially.
Yeah.
And I think some of their spells are a little weaker than they could be, as far as like counterspells at least.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they lack consistency in the sense of some of the draw cards just aren't as strong as Legacy, for example.
Yeah, and I think a little bit of that might be that there's no really good Thopter Sword deck yet.
Yeah, I could see Thopter Sword becoming a thing if it gets more consistent and they are able to...
Yeah, if the format slows down even like maybe a little bit more. It doesn't have to slow down a lot more, but maybe like a little bit more. I think Thopter Sword could end up being very good.
I mean, who's to say that it's not even that good now because it's going more mid-rangey. I haven't seen many people testing it, honestly.
Sure, yeah, I haven't noticed it either.
Because when it was unbanned, it was very aggro-heavy. Mm-hmm. Which is like, Thopter Sword's fine. Aggro-heavy, you gain life, but it's obviously going to reign more supreme when it's mid-range and controlling.
No, yeah, sure.
Who knows?
Yeah, I definitely don't. I can't see the future.
Honestly, the format's changed a lot the last couple of weeks, so...
Yeah, I actually really like the way the format's shaping out right now.
It's better than it was.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah, that's...
But I mean, we have a new big player in Death Shadow as well.
Which I did not see coming. I did not think that deck
I didn't see it coming
Probe.
To that level, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because the deck's actually quite a bit different than the Probe version.
Yeah, I know. It's like an aggro Jund.
Yeah, but it's just it's so consistent and it runs so few lands, which adds to its consistency. It's what decks have been trying to do for a while in a sense with Traverse. You're essentially running 4 Charmer Waves, 4 Death Shadows, and 4 of whatever you need.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus Kolaghan's.
Yeah, that deck is very... I think it's also benefiting from the fact that Death Shadows are a very weird card to play against.
Yeah.
Like, normally you just get into a race mode, and you'd be like, okay, well, I can just block this, yada yada yada.
Yeah, I think that's a big part in general is people aren't like sure how to play against it entirely.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you see this whenever a new deck comes out.
Yeah.
It's rare that you see a deck take over the format that strong like 2 weeks in a row, and it was GP Vancouver and
And
the
then it was
SCGs.
the SCGs. Yeah.
So.
Well, it's just because normally when you're in a race mode, you attack them, you take some damage, you attack them, you take some damage. You're actually just like figuring out what the best thing is. But when you get into a race mode with Death Shadow, you have to calculate. Oh no, that means their Death Shadows are going to get bigger.
Yeah, it's interesting because you're racing, but because they're racing against you, it actually makes you stronger.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I like the deck for what it is. I think it's a very cool idea for a deck. It's very different access.
Oh yeah,
than
it's
we're
very
used to.
interesting. I'm a big fan, and especially with the Colligan's commands and the traverses.
Yeah.
It's very interesting deck wise.
It's very consistent and it's very powerful, obviously. So.
Especially with Tarfire over Bolt.
I've been running
That's
Starfire
so
for
good.
a while.
You
You guys kept calling me out.
You got me. You got me.
Oh, finally. Just once. I mean, Starfire's so good they took all the lightning bolts out.
That's true. That is very true. They're not playing Lightning Bolt anymore.
I was pretty happy about that because I've been running Starfire Microwave decks for ever. Uh-oh. Trouble.
Hi, TJ.
There's just one match right now.
Oh, okay.
And I should be back here soon.
Okay.
I'll leave soon, just so you can come
TJ is literally right there, and you can't see him.
No. I'm a spooky ghost.
Too spooky. Spooky. He's a very spooky ghost.
Does he scare you? He scares me.
Yeah, a little bit. Like that actually kind of scared me a little bit.
That was a little creepy.
Yeah.
Like more so than usual.
Very, very spooky. Like TJ said, we've got one match remaining.
Yep.
I would assume it's... Oh, Donovan's not out there right now.
I assume it's Ian's matchup because he plays pretty grindy decks.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's not very many matches going on. It's hard to say.
TJ is going to be here very shortly.
Yeah, I will turn into TJ within the next round. Magic.
Should you sell Mishra's Bauble right now?
Probably, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. Unless you have a use for him. In that case, hold on to him.
I mean, they're not going to be reprinted for a little while either, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a case for waiting a week or two and seeing how... If the deck gets bigger, obviously, then they're going to sell higher. But at the same time, I think they're going to even out here pretty soon. But
Yeah, I mean, like...
it can't change that much in a week or two, I don't think, one way or the other. Unless the deck just, like, breaks the format.
Yeah.
And then sell them real quick. Cause
Yeah, and then get rid of them real quick. But at the same time, I'm not a finance guy. I never have been a finance guy. Contrary to the tie, I am not a very professional person.
Yeah.
If you want to keep them, cool. If you want to sell them, also cool. I personally would sell my copies if I had them. That's because I also don't play decks that Mishra's Bauble is good in.
Yeah. I don't know. I could see them slightly going up, but I don't see them getting lower than they are right now necessarily. It just really depends on how much Death Shadow takes off. I think as the format adjusts, Death Shadow is not going to be as strong as it currently is.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think it's going to be a strong deck, and I think, obviously, Mishra's Bauble is a mainstay to that deck.
Yeah, I actually think that, what was it? There's a very good answer to Death Shadow that I've been hyping up for a little bit that no one's really playing. And
Is it called Fatal Push?
It's not Fatal Push. That's a different thing. It's Condemn.
Condemn seems pretty good.
Because you get to kill two...
game life.
You get to kill two Death Shadows, because they're always going to end up at 13 no matter what.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, and
Did
then...
you see Todd Stevens go off with the Blessed
I
Alliance?
did see that.
That's
That
pretty
was
cool.
That was pretty great. Shout out to Todd Stevens, also a member of the Rogues Gallery.
Yes, I forgot.
Shout out. Threads of Disloyalty, also a great one.
Yeah, I'm not mad about seeing that have returned. It's been a while, actually.
Yeah, I haven't seen a Threads in so long.
That was back in the pod days almost, huh?
Yeah,
That was a popular sideboard card.
Yeah, I remember. I used to thread scavenging those a lot.
Yeah.
And eat their graveyard.
Because it was ran in the Twin Dex / Blue Moon. I think it was when Blue Moon first came out.
Yeah,
They
it was
ran
because
it.
you could steal Goyfs.
Which seems pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're Blue Moon.
Yeah, especially if you're Blue Moon, because you have a very hard time with Goyf.
Yes.
Although if they get rid of your threads, that Goyf got a little bit bigger, because there's an enchantment now.
Yeah. I did not know Threads used to be $29. That's
Oh yeah,
crazy.
threads used to be very, very, very insane.
You don't have the Tarmogoyfs relying on us? Well, lucky for you! These cards are being reprinted in Modern Masters 3.
Which you can find at GeekFortressGames.com.
Purchase at your nearest Geek Fortress.
Which you can find online at GeekFortressGames.com. Start playing Scred. Awesome. Scred's a cool deck.
Scred is a awesome deck. I don't know why I commented, but I'm going to do it anyways. I told someone they should have played Scred at a certain GP. And,
a certain red player?
yeah, a certain Burn player, and he decided not to last minute. I was like, Scred's the deck to play. So he played Burn, and I don't want to say what deck won the GP, but it might have been Scred.
There might have been some snow-covered mountains.
I get lucky every once in a while.
Yeah, you
Not against Burn, but
yeah, I did call company would make top 8 in at the last Grand Prix. So
yeah, I wasn't surprised by that.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I called that day 1, and then they proved me right by top 8ing, and then proved me also
I was like, there's gonna be
right.
like 4 Death Shadows decks, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, and
Top
then
8.
and then proved me right by losing to Death Shadow because that matchup's horrible. But yeah, Scred, very cool deck. You do have to pick your spots.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a metagame deck generally, but I think Blood Moon can be very strong. I think Blood Moon's very strong in this meta, and I think it was previously strong before the other bannings on Dredge and Gitaxian Probe. And I don't know. I think Blood Moon's I think people are very greedy with their mana base. I mean, I know people that are playing 4-color decks, basically.
Yeah, I do too. I know some people that are playing 4-color decks and playing Blood Moon.
Yeah, I was going to say. Seems good.
But no, it's you have to pick your spots with Scred, because if the format's full of like combo decks.
Yeah, but it honestly hasn't been for a good year or two. It hasn't been very combo-y and control-y, and I think Blood Moon plus that much removal is generally going to be pretty strong.
Yeah. Also, when you have the lockout potential of Blood Moon, and you can also kill when you have a creature with protection from white with Stormbreath Dragon.
Yeah, I think Stormbreath's honestly underplayed. I think it's going to be stronger if Abzan obviously becomes a little bit stronger.
Yeah,
which it feels
is.
like it is leaning towards that. But I think it is a underplayed card overall in the format.
Yeah, especially if it's like always inverse to the popularity of Lingering Souls.
Essentially, right?
Yeah. And although I think if Lingering Souls becomes incredibly popular, you might see an increase in Thundermaw Hellkite.
Yeah.
Because that was the classic.
That's fair. But I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say, because I feel like when Abzan was at its peak, like a year or so ago, year or two, was right at the beginning of printing of Stormbreath.
Oh,
And
sure.
obviously, Thundermaw was the go-to there, but I think they play similar roles, but very differently, right? I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
true.
It's kind of weird, because they play similar roles, but they play it in a sense where Stormbreath obviously has protection, he attacks through them, where Thundermaw kills them.
Yeah. Yeah,
I feel like Stormbreath is overall a stronger card just because of the protection.
Also, the monstrous ability is not nothing.
Agreed.
Yeah, there will be some more matches. We're just waiting for the end of the first round. We just have, I think, one match outstanding.
Yeah, we got all these control players. And
Yeah.
it's just
It is what it is.
you know how the meta is.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have a little bit of time. And it looks like we are actually getting round 2
Alright.
up.
I'm gonna go OX. Or sorry. No, I'm already OX. Alright. Alright, TJ should be in a little bit.
Alright.
See you guys.
Alright, so we are going to be heading in to round 2.
I'll be in just a moment.
Okay.
Facing the wall is Eden on Kiki Cord. And against the wall is Aiden, A-I-D-A-N,
Okay.
on Scred Red. I'll be back to commentate with you in about a minute.
All right. Well, that was TJ, and he did find Scred. So clearly, anyone asking for Scred, that was fantastic. Yeah, Harry is very, very cool. So we're going to see Ian with Kiki Cord against Aiden, who's on Scred. Gotta say, this is a really cool matchup. I've actually been a big fan of Kiki Cord for a long time. That would not surprise anyone who knows me that well, because I like playing cards that really don't do anything by themselves, but combine to do some really, really interesting things. So this deck is Kiki Cord is all about value creatures, Chord of Calling, and finding a way to get the classic Kiki Jiki and Restoration Angel combo, which does its best twin impersonation. And then Scred Red is a bunch of snow-covered lands, the cards Scred and Blood Moon to try to make sure your opponents can't cast spells. It's pretty easy. Everyone in the chat, who do you think is going to win, Scred or Kiki Cord? I think I already know which way the chat is leaning. And we'll find out soon. And by the time I get down there, TJ might be back in the booth. See you down there. And we are in, and that did not save. There we go. And I totally got those wrong. My bad. So that's what I thought. I figured Scred would be a little more popular. Which is not that surprising. Scred, very, very cool deck. It attacks the format with attacks in a very interesting way, and it also plays Snowland. Snowland's not a very common sight in any format that doesn't matter about Modern, doesn't matter about Legacy at all. So it looks like Aiden's keeping his opening 7. Ian is unfortunately on a mulligan.
Hey, everybody.
Hi. Hello, everyone. This is TJ.
Hey.
Also known as a spooky ghost.
Right. Okay, so Scred Red versus Kiki Cord. You've got a deck that runs Blood Moon, which isn't super effective. Mm-hmm. But if they're able to hate out the Mana Dorks, which a deck like Scred is capable of. I'm sorry if you've already covered all this.
Oh, no. Be my guest.
Then might be able to capitalize on that Blood Moon, but not always the most effective. The biggest thing is that it is full of removal and also the Relic of Progenitus. Not to go without recognition, just because a consistent Relic might actually be able to start hurting the ability to Eternal Witness those Chord of Callings.
Yeah, I'm going to call a conspiracy theory on this, though. TJ's brought 2 decks on here that he is both experts in.
I actually had no control over the burn.
Sure,
that was
you
Patrick.
did.
I had picked Storm versus Elves, actually.
Oh, well.
And Patrick was like, nope, this one. And I thought, well, Coleman gets to completely disregard what the people in charge get to pick, so I guess Patrick can too. Oh, hey, Coleman.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up? All right, now.
So we got Snow-Covered Mountain for Aiden. We're going to see a lot of those coming in. We're going to see a fetch from Ian and a basic land, I have to assume.
Possibly, you kind of have to start assuming, but the big thing is that if he needs the red mana, he might just take the temporary hit to have the green mana now. Because if he can really capitalize on getting out the Restoration Angel, then the Blood Moon actually lets Ian cast the Kiki Jiki way easier. So he's probably going to actively avoid red mana.
But at the same time, the Kiki Jiki isn't really that important to him. It's all about the Chord of Callings.
Sure, But, I mean, getting out the green mana when your creatures are going to be getting annihilated is also pretty important.
I know, that's why I said you might get a basic forest here.
I'm not sure if one basic forest is going to help cast a Chord. You're either going to have it or you're not. I mean,
I know, but it
triple
lets you
green.
play all your green creatures, and that does help you cast the Chord.
Fair.
So, Firelit Thicket from Ian.
Means that white mana isn't on the menu for 2 mana spells.
But, I mean, it doesn't have white in anything in his deck.
No, he can't cast anything with white and another.
Oh, well, that's fine. The only card that he really cares about with white is, other than Restoration Angel, is Voice of Resurgence.
Yeah. Agreed. That is awesome, Doro. That's super cool.
Nice.
What's up, Mark Confonant? It's good to see you. Round 1, there was Grixis Control versus Burn.
Yeah, Burn beat Grixis on a mulligan to 4.
I mean, it's Burn against Grixis, so if it's not me, then they've got a good shot.
Made the same joke, don't worry.
I'm sure you did.
So Scavenging is going to come down off that Temple Garden and Firelit Thicket.
Yeah, the nice thing about this one is that it actually does die to a Scred right now, but it might be able to outpace the Lightning Bolts. The big thing, like, Scred actually doesn't measure mountains or snow-covered mountains. It measures snow-covered permanents.
Oh, permanents, yeah.
The Scrying Sheets is one.
Yep, that is very true.
So, looks like that Lightning Bolt was in hand. It's going to take down the Scouting News before it becomes a problem. And that Relic of Pretendness is doing exactly what it does. It's keeping that graveyard functionally irrelevant, and that's going to be pretty effective against Ian's ability to recur a lot of this. But I don't think that this is actually going to affect Ian a ton. It is obviously something that affects him, right?
Yep.
But the deck is so good at just going with the flow. Basically, Ian is just continually looking at his hand, drawing cards, and saying, all right, well, I guess this is the direction that we're going to go. It's a very, very fluid deck.
Yeah, it has the gears to go wherever it wants to go.
Yeah, and right now just dropping down a Spellskite, very much in the realm of just putting down creatures, see until something sticks, because this is going to help him cast one good chord eventually, and wants to make sure to try and develop that board. It also slightly protects the Birds of Paradise, not super relevant, but it does mean that it's a consideration of Aiden as he fires off any removal or Hordes removal that he also needs to adjust the Spellskite.
I would say it also protects cards like Pian Kieran Nalaar, which is also going to be very good. And Ian with I like the attack, bold attack for 0. And then Ian actually drew what's going to be might end up being an interesting card here in Voice of Resurgence.
Ooh, I do like me a Voice of Resurgence, especially against this deck. The big issue here is an Anger of the Gods could actually disrupt these plans pretty significantly.
Yeah, but I mean your entire deck is pretty weak to Anger of the Gods already.
Absolutely. I mean,
so
yes.
He might be operating this against Anger the same way he's operating right now that he's against Blood Moon, which is that, hey, if you have a Blood Moon, cool. If you don't, well, then I'm going to do some stuff.
Neat. Oh. So, we are going to get a...
Batterskull with the Germ token.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've got tokens in the deck. Looks like it doesn't have haste, as it turns out.
No, Batterskull does a lot of things. It does
Yeah,
not have haste.
I think Aiden didn't realize that Vigilance is not haste. So he turned it sideways. Not really where we're looking to go at the moment.
Okay. So, we're going to go back to Ian's turn. And he's gonna draw. He's gonna find another land, which, gotta say, not really what he's looking for.
Really signaling that he has a Lightning Bolt in hand with this attack with the Voice of Resurgence, and Aiden recognizing that that you don't attack with a 2/2 into a 4/4 with lifelink unless you've got a trick.
Or your next leveling.
I mean, yes, but this is Scred Red. It can afford 2 damage.
I'm just saying.
He's got a.
I'm just saying.
He's got a Batterskull. If anything, I'm not convinced on this point, but it may have been a consideration of Ian to actually not attack because it holds back the Batterskull to where Aiden can gain that 4 life, but then with a Lightning Bolt, we'd be able to address that.
I don't like that play very much, just because that, like, if he has any removal spell, you just kind of look like a moron.
That's not true, because you end up with a 3/3.
I mean, that 3/3 is not very good against the Batterskull either.
It compares fine with your Lightning Bolt.
I mean, like, your Lightning Bolt is going to be a little bit better
I think
at doing other things.
the Lightning Bolt does nothing right now. Now, obviously, the Chantra ruins my line. But
Yeah.
I still think that I would have personally liked holding back as a blocker. I don't mind getting in the damage, but in a deck like Kiki Chord, which can produce a huge amount of damage instantaneously, especially with this Spellskite protecting at the moment, at least now, I would be a little bit less concerned with the 2 damage and more about kind of a protection, eliminate the threats.
Sure.
it's very possible that Ian has just taken damage when he can, and a little bit more than that.
Speaking of taking damage when he can, there's a Chandra Pyromaster. That first ability does deal damage.
Yep, and Aiden actually with the hit going up to 22, while Ian falls down to 12 after both the hit 4/4 and that 1 damage from Chandra Pyromaster.
Yeah, I would assume he also redirect. If Chandra went after that bird, I assume he redirected to the
So you
spell
took
skip.
away my chat box. I gave it to you. Oh no, wait, hold on, click right there. Nope,
There, no, that one.
Other one.
It is the middle one.
there you go.
I didn't take anything away.
Clearly. What's up, Gibbison? It's good to see you.
So we've got Orzhov Pontiff for Ian. That does have a lot of abilities. It's probably one of the most confusing cards to find out of Kiki Court.
Which one?
That one.
Ah. Yes. Yes. You know, I could pontificate about this card all day, but of course that would just waste time.
So we're going to see the -1 from that, and the Bolt's going to go down and kill the Germ for the first, at least on the front half of Batterskull. Then I'm going to see a Chandra attack Chandra with that Voice of Resurgence.
Mm-hmm. And that Batterskull getting bounced back to the hand.
Mm-hmm.
Back home where it belongs.
As Batterskull is wont to do. It's very hard to actually kill a Batterskull.
Yep. 3 mana, return it to its owner's hand. Ian's going to be able to pay another 5 mana and really reset this up, and it is going to regain that Germ token. Also drew a Peeing here Nalar. I don't love it at the moment because of the existence of the Orzhov Pontiff on the battlefield.
I mean, Ian's also Hellbent, so he doesn't have a whole lot of things. If he draws a chord, cool. If he doesn't draw a chord, then hey, you've got a lot more things.
True, but I guess my perspective is that... Let's see...
And also, if you're really worried about if you're really worried about that, then you can point the Chandra ability at the Pontiff. I mean, Ian is going...
It's a 1/1.
Ian is going to... Oh, I thought he was going to actually redirect it to the Spellskite.
Oh, I actually just like hitting the Pontiff and the Birds of Paradise. Like, that's what Chandra is so talented at doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's just continually killing those. And really, a Chandra that pluses to deal a bolt instead, well, that feels better.
Yeah, a little bit. But, I mean, he can redirect... he can pay a blue to redirect.
With the bird itself.
And it's entirely possible he just doesn't care about the bird anymore, which also is maybe a motivating factor. The bird maybe has lost most of its usefulness.
Yeah, I mean, what's Ian really looking for at this point? It's a little bit of a tricky question. The big thing is that fetch land did allow Ian to protect his graveyard from the Relic of Progenitus, at least other than a full activation.
I was going to say, that land is probably actually worth more to him than that bird is. Because the flying really doesn't matter, and he's already got his mana all the way set.
True.
And, like, I think Ian is definitely operating... Oh, and he drew his own. Ian is definitely operating on the... Well, if you have Blood Moon, I can't win, so I'm just not going to play around Blood Moon.
I mean, he can actually play... I mean, obviously, like, he can play around it a little bit better than you're giving credit for, but with the loss of the Birds of Paradise, you're absolutely right.
I know, but at this point with his lands, there's really nothing he can do.
Though Ian, going for the classic, I think my dad can beat up your dad, to Aiden, who is then going to resolve his own Peeing Nalar potentially, and we'll find out for certain.
Well, I think I already know who's going to win this matchup.
I mean, it's a little bit tricky, because on the one side, you've got way more removal, on the other side, Orzhov Pontiff.
But on the other side, there's an Anger of the Gods.
Did he draw one?
I believe he has one in his hand.
Boy, that is unfortunate.
Yep. That is I think the gods were not very pleased.
Yeah, and take note of a particularly important piece here. That Chandra can finish off the Spellskite.
Yeah, and the Spellskite will still get exiled.
Yes.
And so will Ian, because he's going to scoop up those permanents, and we're going to go to a game 2.
Indeed. Looks like Ian may have actually decided to just slot in a Path to Exile for himself there.
Ah, okay.
Indeed.
Perfect.
How's everybody doing? Hi. It's good to see you. Sorry I missed the first round. I was doing things and stuff. Very important business, you know. But I'm glad to be here. Happy to be back. We're going to cast 4 rounds of Modern. I think Nintendo Switch, along with Emerald City Comic Con, both of which, well, one of which is local, and the other one which is global.
But is also local.
Locally global, of course. We're
Yeah.
globally local.
Both. Well, Nintendo of America is based in Kirkland.
You heard it here, folks.
You did hear it here, folks.
Here, folks.
You heard it here, folks.
Coleman types really hard.
It's a mechanical keyboard. It doesn't matter how hard I type.
You gotta be,
Nimble? Like
Yeah.
a mongoose?
If you insert 25 cents, then you could have magic fingers.
Ooh.
Oh man. So, button 2. That's funny. I've got like 6 buttons on this shirt. Oh man. He's talking about how much you earthquake the desk. It's possible. I am looking into actually one of those stands for the microphone at the moment.
That's that's something a little behind the scenes knowledge. This is a plastic table.
I've been holding this in my lap lately. Except then you got to be careful to not have this rub too much against it.
Oh, that's
It picks up
true.
Everything, and that was the clicking sound that you were hearing the other day.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah,
Okay. Boy, that's weird.
I know.
No, I'm talking about this stuff.
No, all the stuff that I do, it's way more complicated. You
Yeah.
have to think about where your chords are.
Like you would know anything about where your chords are.
Apparently. So, you tried out the burn list that Todd wrote about? Hey, I'm glad that you are liking it. I like that list. I'm happy to hear that people are enjoying it. Exactly, Fearlocks. That is exactly what I'm looking at. The big thing is that I need to figure out where I would fasten it in here. Lots of round things and flat surfaces, but the flat surfaces don't have other flat surfaces on the backside of them.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, there is a door.
My burn is now the burn deck? That's actually kind of high. Are they all running 61? Because that would be sweet. Either way, I'm happy if my burn deck is the burn deck, because it should be the burn deck.
You heard it here first.
Except I'm unthrilled with Searing Blaze. I actually took out a Searing Blaze to go down to 2 of them in the main board. I'm unsatisfied with Searing Blaze currently.
So Aiden is actually boarding out all of his relics.
It's an interesting choice. From a default sideboarding perspective, it's actually the easiest card to take out in most matchups.
Okay.
But in this matchup, I'm not sure if it's the appropriate one. I actually might be more interested in taking out something like Mindstone, because you're going to get to late game. Like a turn 3 Koth in this matchup doesn't matter as much as a turn 3 Koth in other matchups. And I think that I would want to be a little bit more on the reactive and having a bit more business spells for my turn 2 and turn 3.
Yeah, this is very clicky.
Okay. Let's see.
So yeah, with Ian on the play, what do you think changes? I mean, he was on the play game 1, and it didn't matter. But I mean,
with Ian on the play, I don't know. His deck, like, beating removal is going to be interesting. He does have a good amount of spells. He's actually going to be bringing in a spell that you're going to be able to remember the name of it for me. It's going to be a single white, prevent all damage that a source of yours.
Burrington Fortune Ender?
No.
Painoheed?
Yes. So Pay No Heed is actually coming in out of the sideboard for Ian.
And it looks like Aiden actually split a sleeve.
That is okay. I think I have others somewhere, and apparently I do. Perfect.
I'm glad to hear that, and I'm also glad to hear you did not choke. Because choke, not a cool thing to play against.
Seriously, I much prefer Boil.
I prefer neither one. I don't like my lands being messed with.
Well, see, I like this to where if you're ever worried about it, right? Actually, just be a feature match, because a watched match will never boil.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
that's
it's
true.
important. That's okay, actually, because right now, my Boros Burn, I actually went down to 75 to take out the Searing Blaze, the third Searing Blaze. That was the swap out that I made.
So Ian's got an interesting hand here. He's got Lone Missionary. He's got birds. He's got a Stony Silence.
Stony Silence, interesting call. I guess taking out those relics suddenly looks pretty wise.
But leaving the Mind Stone in a little bit worse. Also a very interesting card for Ian to have here is a Thrun the Lastral.
That is an interesting one, actually. Okay.
So we're gonna see Ian fall down to 16 after 2 shocks, and play the Stony Silence.
Thank you, Saucepan Boy. I appreciate that. So, Stony Silence coming down, but not affecting Aiden's game plan too much, actually. So that should be fine. The Lone Missionary gaining some life. Again, good, but not wildly relevant. At least less relevant against this deck as opposed to something in the more conventional red route, just because it's a much more patient Scred deck.
I would say the most interesting thing about that Lone Missionary was that Ian didn't play a third land.
That does strike me as the more relevant piece of that play.
And now this Chandra Powermaster is going to take over the board state.
Probably. Ian falling down to 19, also playing out a Horizon Canopy, which as a third land, good, but does... I mean, the self-pain is not nothing. It's not a ton, but over time, especially if he remains constricted on these lands, it's going to affect his gameplay.
Yeah, and that one damage is gonna combo, for lack of a better word, with that Chandra.
Yep, and the Eternal Witness comes down, gets back the Lone Missionary, and Ian already accepting that this was a 3-mana regrowth.
Yeah.
Chandra
That
does not.
will basically only gain him 4 life, because that is also going to... Actually, 3 life.
Ooh, and we've got a Koth coming out. One thing to note is that the Chandra unlikely to ult anytime soon.
Yeah, I cannot imagine the Chandra Powermaster is going to hold.
Casting 3 Lightning Bolts, not the best thing that you can be doing with a Chandra.
But what about 3 Anger of the Gods?
Still not the best thing you can be doing. At a certain point, if I don't need it, then I'm actually just going to start zeroing the Chandra.
Okay, but he does have Forge Tender.
He also has a Pyro... Oh no, because the Stony Sands shuts that one down.
Yeah.
So, while functionally beatable, the big thing about this is that Aiden is actually now going to try and put down a Piankir Nalar and race to ult the Koth, because I'm not sure if you're aware, but lands are colorless.
I was aware of that. Also, Minia Ice, thank you for the follow.
Thank you so much. So, if a Koth ult is achievable,
He can't actually target the Forge Tender with that. Because it has Pro Red.
yeah.
Just wait a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Just
right.
wanted to make sure of that.
Cool.
So Aiden did draw the Mind Stone.
Not effective at the moment. Perfect. It does not get any better than that for Aiden. This is like the cards that you want. You've got 1 to pressure all the birds.
I was actually going to say, he does have the Storm Breath in his hand, so he could have down-ticked Koth and then Storm Breath.
The Thopters are 100% on the Protect Koth game plan. Watching this plus here, it may not even... Like, it can attack because, again, it is colorless. But if this Koth ult happens, I think it is actually impossible for Ian to win.
Just double-checking something here really quick. I have to prove a point. Becomes a red creature.
Oh, it does? Okay, then
Have to prove a point. Not really important.
but once you get the emblem, right now, it is 100% block everything, ult the Koth next turn, and just annihilate the board.
Yeah, but also, what's funny is he's playing against a deck that wants to turn all of his lands into mountains. Ian's holding on to Red Spell, doesn't have a mountain.
I suppose. I wouldn't be too... I mean... I think that's significantly less interesting than ulting a Koth.
I just said it's funny. Yeah, we can pull up Koth of the Hammer.
Casting a Lightning Bolt on the Voice of Resurgence with the extra mana there. My assumption is that this tells me that Aiden might have an Anger of the Gods in hand.
It's possible, although the anger is not going to be very good.
Yep. So the big thing is that Aiden Lightning Bolt that on Ian's turn, which actually gave him 2 of those tokens because it killed it, and he got the trigger for whenever you cast one on an opponent's spell.
Yeah, it's also, I mean, like I said, Anger's not going to be very good against that Forge Tender.
This is a Koth ult, I think. No, that is an Anger.
Yeah, and then Ian's just going to sack the Forge Tender.
It does preserve it, actually, for... Does not kill Aiden's creatures either.
I don't believe so.
It's how much... It prevents any damage that it deals.
Yeah.
When's the last time TJ was a co-host? I don't know. Last Friday?
I think he means when were you sitting on that side?
Oh, I don't know. Chair's a chair.
So it also looks like Aiden brought in Molten Rains. Just attack Ian's mana base even more than
That's
normal.
super bold, but I dig it.
So we're going to see Stormbreath Dragon come down.
I'm not sure if Aiden is fully aware of what the protection thing on that is, but I'm really shocked that a Koth ult didn't happen, actually.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. Maybe not shocked, but a little surprised.
Have you ever ulted a Koth?
I have ulted a Koth.
I'm shocked.
Well, no, you'd be pinged. You wouldn't be shocked.
No,
they
I
only
would
deal
be.
1 damage.
No. Yeah, you can't pun your way out of how shocked I am that happened. I am just legitimately shocked that didn't happen. But a Stormbreath Dragon, not shabby. So
Yeah, not
that's
too shabby.
To be noted. I mean, there is a lot to be said for the fact of having the board that is currently present, especially with that Beritten Forge Tinder off of the battlefield.
Sorry. Nice one, Devin. Nice.
Looks like Tebin has picked up playing Burn recently.
So we're going to see Ian play that Wooded Foothills and maybe hold up that Chord of Calling in his hand.
Seems like a likely play. Big Chord for 3. Kind of the line right now with no Graveyard Hate could end up just being the classic Eternal Witness game plan, which is oh so popular.
He does have the Restoration Angel in his hand already.
Does he?
So
Maybe it's just play Resto and hope to grab the Kiki and call it a day. Assuming
if
that
he
Aiden has a little
plays
removal.
if he plays Angel and draws a land, he can Chord for 5. But if he doesn't draw a land, well, it's not looking super hot.
Yep, and the Flicker, not particularly spicy with these tokens.
In fact, some would say it's bad.
I might. Yep.
So we're going to see a Koth uptick.
Yep, and also that Chandra 0 was able to get Aiden another land.
Yeah, he's lands are actually great draws for Aiden.
Huge. So, we've got an attack in 4-10, actually. With Ian at 3, might have to end up blocking one of these. It's going to be an interesting consideration. Could put in the Restoration Angel to try and...
I actually don't think he can block any of these.
He can put in the Restoration Angel to hit a Thopter.
Sure, but other than that, he can't block any of them because he needs his creatures alive for that Chord.
Yep.
And he is actually going to take... he actually has to stay above 1 because that Horizon Canopy is going to have him take a damage.
So if he draws the land, then I think this is where you want to be.
No, Eric would know that lands are always great draws.
Ah, man.
So it would be, 9 damage, he'd fall to 2, and then hope that Aiden doesn't have a removal spell, and he draws a non-fetch land.
Fetch or shock.
Or shock, or...
Basically a basic or a filter.
yeah, basic or filter is...
Actually, no, if he's got the... If he has a basic, he can actually... A fetch would be okay.
no, because he has to also tap the Horizon Canopy from mana. The Horizon Canopy is
you're
going to deal a lot of damage to him.
You're right. Good point. Interesting.
Yeah, and I think Ian might be coming to the same realization right now. So he's going to have to block in very interesting ways that don't quite line up.
The problem is that he might have to lose one of these creatures, but it means that the land isn't enough anymore.
Yes.
Welcome back from my hockey trip. Thank you. It was a couple-hour game on Wednesday, but boy, are my arms tired.
Also, not wholly unimportant, he now has the mountain for that lightning bolt.
No. What is Chandra's ultimate? You exile the top 7 cards of your library. You may pick a red instant or sorcery. Put 3 copies of it onto the stack.
I thought it was 10.
It may be 10. The point is that it's not
It's
relevant.
irrelevant. Has Chandra been activated yet? Yeah, it was 0. It was 0'd.
Yeah, it was 0 to get the scrying sheets.
Yeah.
Was I actually playing? No. I was just helping out around the store. Taking care of some stuff.
And
Doing
looks
some
like
TCB. Taking care of business. Looks like Ian is just going to have to delay his plan and hope for the best.
yeah, it
Probably
looks
try
to be
and
a
trade
double
them out.
block. That's actually just gonna end up killing both those elementals.
Because the first one is...
Because the first one dies.
I don't think that's true.
Uh,
It
Oh, he has
marks-
to assign 3 damage first. Yep.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I don't... Yeah.
Yep. He's gonna go to 6.
You meant the hockey trip? Oh, no. No, I wasn't playing in the hockey trip. I just went to a local game.
Yep.
I managed to get some tickets, and I thought to myself, well, I've been streaming for the last 8 days in a row.
That land is dead.
Didn't that land take 6 damage? What? Didn't that land take 6 damage?
Okay. I was gonna say. I thought that land died.
That one's not a trigger. That is just dead.
Yeah, that is actually just dead. So Ian's going to go to his turn. Wait, the Chandra was zeroed, right? How did it uptick?
I do not know. It's possible he drew the land and I missed that one.
Oh, okay. That's
It is
also it's also
possible.
entirely
I thought
possible.
it was a 0. It
Yeah.
may not have been.
Yeah, it might not have been.
I
That's
may
entirely
have been
true.
completely misspeaking earlier.
Yeah, that I've done that a lot. It happens.
Would have been an interesting thing to potentially plus beforehand. Okay, yeah, it did
Okay.
0. Thank
Okay.
you, Volrath.
Cool. That's no problem. Wanted to make sure before we went out there and said something. So Ian's gonna play that. Ian's gonna play that Raging Ravine tapped, and then he's gonna crack the canopy to draw another land. I believe he drew Firelight Thicket.
Got it. Thank you, T. Forbes.
And all of those cards not very good against Stormbreath Dragon.
Stormbreath Dragon is not bad. Not
Yeah,
bad
on a
at all.
scale of 1 to not bad, it's pretty decent.
Yep. Will not disagree with you there. So, the big thing is that a Koth minus here actually enables the...
Other cough.
No, it enables the Stone Breath.
Stormbreath?
Or the Monstrous.
It's probably fine. It doesn't. I mean, the Stormbreath by itself is good enough.
I mean, winning and being potentially answerable are different. Like, yes, you're right. But at the same time, if I just make my Stormbreath Monstrous, when Ian has, 3 cards in hand?
Mm-hmm.
Falls to 2, and now I've got a Chandra, which can ping a Thopter, and a 7/7 Stormbreath Dragon, which can't be beat by anything on the battlefield.
Or you could just attack first and then do something later, because then he's going to take 4. He's going to go to 1, and then the Chandra kills him.
True. I guess
That's-
the Chandra and
yeah.
the Stormbreath are also just fine on their own.
Yeah, they're just fine on their own. The Chandra's going to uptick, and Ian is going to take lethal damage.
Yep, I think you're right there. So I guess it's up to me to find us another match.
Yeah.
As I'm in this chair.
How does that feel being in that chair?
Man, it is way less effort. I'll be back.
All right, we will see you all back up in the booth. And welcome back to Geek Fortress. My name is Coleman. TJ is my co-host tonight. It's weird to be on that side of that. Normally, TJ is the main host, and I am the co-host. Anyway, we're coming at you from Geek Fortress. We're at a store up in Snohomish, Washington. Yeah, we're about an hour north of Seattle. We're playing some Modern action. We're in the middle of round 2. We just saw Scred Red take down some Kiki Cord, some very cool decks, some very interesting decks. We have if you like Modern today, well, we also play Modern on Wednesdays at about 40 minutes ago on Wednesday. Yeah, that's that. I'm sure that makes sense. It's 7 p.m. Pacific time on Wednesday. I believe that is UTC 8. Let me just check that. But yep, UTC -8. That's correct.
What up?
What's up with you?
How you do?
Dece
Nice.
lit AF.
Wow. Thanks, Maeve. So, against the wall will be
Okay.
Justin on Gifts Storm,
Okay.
and his opponent facing the wall.
Okay.
I think it's been a good while since we've seen it, but it is going to be Harry on Grixis.
Ah, man, that deck just it came out of nowhere. No one expected that.
Antwerp, can we see the Scred Red? I'm going to try and get as many decks as possible, but they seemed very eager to be on camera, so I'm certainly open to the idea of it. Plus, and yes, I will admit my bias here. A, Scred Red is hot, and B, that's my Scred deck.
Yep. What game are they going to?
3.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's basically, if I were to make a culinary dish, it would be a Nito burrito.
Ah, why a burrito?
You're right, it's not Tuesday.
It's also not. I was gonna say it's not tacos, because that actually would make
that's
sense
why.
on Tuesday. Yeah.
That's why, because it's not Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, speaking of not Tuesday, it is not Tuesday right now. It's Saturday, and every Saturday we stream Modern at 6 p.m.
Wow, that was some CVM level plug. Also, Wednesdays at 7 and Fridays at 7:30, we've got streams.
Yeah.
Modern on Wednesdays and Legacy on Fridays. For those of you who like to think to yourselves, well, maybe I want to cast way more blue spells.
Yeah, blue spells are very good.
But let's head on down for this game 3 of the super final showdown here in round 2 between Gifts and Grixis. They both start with a G, but who's the real G? Well, it's only time to find out now. The winner gets macaroni. Does it rhyme? Yes. Is it true? No. Let's find out ourselves.
Also in the chat, who do you think is going to win? We will see you down there.
The macaroni.
TJ is just doing his best. Wave wildly at the players to let them know that they're good.
No, Harry waved back.
Oh, he did? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I waved back. I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
you're good, and he waved, and I was like, oh, hi.
So we're gonna see some initial hand decisions. I've seen a lot of mulligans on stream today.
Really?
Yep, the first round I believe had 7 mulligans combined.
Interesting. Then we might have to lower our voices because this is clearly golf.
Yeah, clearly. Although, I mean, I don't think you're allowed to take mulligans in golf.
You are. It's actually in the rules. Just most places don't give you any.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's actually in the rules that you can have a mulligan. Many competitive tournaments actually just give you 0.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, those are the tournaments I'm not going to play in because I am horrible at golf.
That's true. In fact, I would say that's because they're golf tournaments.
Oh, that's true.
We can delete the cough card right now.
Yep, true enough.
So we have got an island out for Harry, which followed up the Hallowed Fountain from Justin. Mostly, it's a card that allows him to cast a couple of sideboard slots and some other stuff.
Yeah, crucially, unbarrel rights and, unbarrel rights. That's really it.
Oh, Gift Storm.
Yep.
Oh, Gift Storm.
Yeah, the gifts really, I would say it's been a thing in Storm for a while.
I think it's particularly funny that Storm was taken out again, and then it was then re-improved with a card that actually has the word ungiven in its name.
Oh, that's true. I hadn't considered. That's pretty funny.
Pun intended, it's good to see you. Welcome back.
Speaking of pun intended. So we've got Harry going to fetch with that Bloodstained Mire, going to go find that basic swamp.
Yeah, and I fully expect removal to be cast on
I would
the
actually
Goblin
expect
Archmaster.
Brutality.
Oh god, that'd be so good. I hate that card. And this is the most brutality-looking thing I've ever seen.
Well, he is
What
he is collecting all of the brutal things that he could do.
Oh goodness.
And we are going to see the 2 modes, and it looks like we're just going to see...
Ian, thank you
Hi,
so
Ian.
much, Namachili. 5 months in a row of the sub hype. Thank you so much for your continued support. It's always a pleasure to watch you play. It's always a pleasure to have you as a part of this community, and your continued support and massive amount of help for this channel continues to light up my life, my day, and the world. Thank you for being as awesome as you are.
What he said. So we've got this Brutality going to look in. What do you think you are going to take from that hand?
Past. No, actually, I'm probably going to take Metamorphose. It's the only draw engine in that
I might
hand.
actually take Desperate
Oh, wait, no.
Ritual.
There is a Gifts Ungiven in there.
Yeah, I
I
think
would
actually,
take the Gifts.
I think I'd actually take Desperate Ritual.
Oh, I would take the Gifts.
Well, I figure Harry's got some, at least, counter spells for that gifts. No, he's just going to take the gifts.
I would rather have counter spells for everything else in that hand and never have any chance that the Gifts gets cast for now.
Yeah, I guess when in doubt, take the most powerful card in the hand.
Yep. Mason is stoked for Modern Master 17, but so am I. I don't know many people that aren't.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know anyone that's not happy about Modern Master 17.
Indeed. Antwerp Forever, thank you so much for joining. It's good to have you. I know you're excited about Scred, unless there's another Antwerp, but nonetheless, welcome.
Yeah, Antwerp, also a city in... I want to say it's an Eastern European country.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Today I've learned.
I want to say Poland.
Interesting.
If I am wrong, please let me know. I want to know if I'm right.
You're more right than I am.
Because I made a decision?
No, because you knew it was a city.
Ah, strong.
Yeah. I'm going to say Holland to disagree and potentially be more right than you.
Oh, true. Holland is a good one.
It appears that you were wrong. So, you're causing a fuss.
Ah, yeah. Oh, it's Belgium. Belgium. Looks like neither one of us were right.
Such is the way the world works. Back
I
to normal.
guess. Yep.
So 17 to 19 on the battlefield. Harry getting out his 4th land. Notably, also has the 3 islands required for a cryptic command.
Yeah, and it's really saying that he went for the basic. That's got to say something. Oh, Snapcaster Brutality. See, that's why I would have taken the Desperate Ritual, because now you can Flashback the Collective Brutality.
Antwerp, Belgium, it's where a lot of diamonds are cut. I bet now everybody can tell that I don't go around buying too many diamond rings.
Oh, that hand is very interesting.
That's a lot of rituals. I really think that Justin has gotten pretty used to repetition at this point. Taking out the Past in Flames is surprisingly bold. It's awesome because it means that if Justin wants to fire it off, he doesn't get to, like, reuse the rituals.
Yeah.
Or, I guess he cannot, like, ritual, da-da-da, and then end up going to... It's weird. It's weird.
Basically, kind of weird.
I'm not even sure which one that I'd take there. I might take the Grape Shot so that he can't remand Grape Shot.
No, I mean, at that point, you're already losing.
Remand Grape Shot is a pretty good play.
I know, but,
like, he can flash back the Past in Flames with this and just run ham with
that is... He's got 2 more rituals on top of his deck.
Oh my goodness. Like, I might have just taken the Grape Shot cut. I don't even know what
I would think I would have actually taken the Past in Flames.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I would have done.
Okay. Jesse! Jesse!
Hi, Jesse!
It's good to see you. It's good to see you. You just got done to 4-0 at the Channel Fireball Legacy. You took it down again. Ah, we miss you. You're great.
So an attack by Snapcaster. And I believe Harry taking the lead in life total for the first time this game. For what that's worth.
Scoreboard.
Scoreboard.
It all counts.
Yep.
Does have the 4 mana available for something like a Gifts Ungiven. Has not yet played one of those creatures, though, and that is a hugely important piece of this.
Should I time out Bryce? I don't think so. He's already gotten enough time out of here.
Why timeout when he can get Twin out? I don't know. That was just bad.
So we've got Ritual 1.
Yes.
It's very he's really embracing his inner pyromancer.
I suppose so.
Ritual 2.
I suppose so.
Now he's just gonna get I think he's just getting desperate now.
Boy, you're really gonna force these, aren't you?
Yeah, I really am.
Modern, you're not. Oh, goodness. Moonsand with the classic Cedric Phillips appears to be on a ritual strategy.
Ooh. So we've got Ritual, Splice Ritual.
Goodness.
Splice, a mechanic that not a lot of people know about, and probably for good reason.
Indeed, the movie was awful, but that's okay. Allows you to basically attach the effect onto it. It allowed him to use...
So we've got a Surgical,
6.
gonna go after something, I assume. And we've
Stellar
got
Analysis
Dispel
Coleman.
going after the Surgical, and Harry's gonna respond with the Surgical...
Which
or
spell?
with
Dispel.
I was gonna say Dismember. Is that spell you guys were talking about?
So Dispel takes out the Dispel, which was trying to take out the Surgical Extraction, but Harry gonna Surgical Extract out the Past in Flames. Whoa! Get annihilated, Justin.
Yep.
That is unfortunate.
We have Storm Count 7,
Yep.
and
That remand looks real good right now, doesn't it?
yeah, well, it's too
Little
bad.
one.
No, he wouldn't have.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, he's at 15.
Yeah.
I thought he was still at 17.
Though, to be notable, I think the Surgical Extraction is exactly why he took the Past in Flames.
Yeah.
And I think that makes it absolutely the right call.
And actually, I think Harry's holding on to a negate, so he can just negate the remand.
But instead, Justin passes it back because now he doesn't get to do anything.
Yeah, now he is empty-handed.
Yep. Is going to fall down to 8 after getting hit with that Grape Shot, for what it's worth, though.
Yeah, Dustin doesn't really play a whole lot of creatures, but he does listen to a lot of Buffalo Springfield.
I bet that's a relevant reference. Thank you.
Yep, for what that's worth.
I bet it's worth so much. What's he splashing white for? All kinds of fun stuff. Sideboard is the most relevant part. In the main deck, it does very little.
So we're
Wear
gonna
and
just
tear is in the sideboard.
this tar pit's gonna really creep onto Justin's life total.
We do have the Goblin Electromancer, so while Harry has a 3-2, Justin's got a 2-2, and I mean, he always wanted to be a ballerina, and now he's got a fortune clock.
Oh, is that why we have it?
Sad, okay, it's good to see you. You're great. Thank you so very much. Welcome to the Sub Club again. 5 months in a row. I appreciate your support at all times. And thank you for just being around.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Yep, what it is ain't exactly clear. That's the joke.
Cool. Cool. Did Harry side out all the red? It would appear so.
I guess so.
He knew I'd be watching, so he said, mountains? Bad.
Yep, mountain's horrible.
Get him out. He is grabbing the remand.
Yep, we
Off of,
Merchant Scroll.
Yep. Merchant Scroll is finding that
Oh,
one.
empty.
I like Empty the Warrens. I'll be curious to see if Harry kept in anything like an Anger the Gods that he can't cast.
I actually think he might still have engineered explosives.
That wouldn't be bad, unless he doesn't have it in his hand.
Yeah, and then this actually is lethal on board.
Thanks, Doro.
Well, then the stream would only be like 5 seconds long.
Good point.
So, like, I don't think anyone wants that.
Tasigur coming down. Harry not dead yet, because he can block the Goblin Electromancer and fall to 2 from these. And remember that if Justin attacks all out, this Tasigur and the Creeping Tar Pit do represent a lethal attack. And this is if Harry doesn't take in a small swing in for 3. Just to put Justin down to 4, it does start making things like Snap, Bolt, Snap. Or I guess you can't do Snap, Bolt, Snap because he doesn't have any red mana. Goodness, why?
I also like the reverse of the situation.
Either one.
Yep.
Either one.
We'll just keep punning all day.
As long as there's something funny.
Cannot confirm that.
I've noticed.
So with Justin going for the remand instead of something like a I don't know, a Thought Scour.
Uh-huh.
I have to assume Justin thinks Harry's on Cryptic Command right now.
Yeah, and actually it is something that I have to commend Justin on. Always be willing to rep remand.
even if you let your opponent know you have remand.
I might have it.
I might have it. You never know.
What you gonna do? Just sitting there face up.
So we're just going to see an activation of this, and I have to assume Justin's going to give him back the
The Thought Scour.
Thought Scour. I actually would have given back the Surgical.
That'd be sweet. I think remand is in a better spot than it has been historically.
I was going to say, Remand was in actually worse spot about 2 months ago when everyone was playing Gataxian Probes.
Yeah, I think that actually it got much better because the format has actually become significantly more fair in the recent weeks.
Mm-hmm. And we're just going to look...
But not touch.
Yep, we're just going to look but not touch. That
Gonna
is
put that right back with all the other
very,
cards.
very true.
Oh, man. So the Tasker still hanging out, Justin being fairly cautious. I almost feel okay with just attacking with some of these goblins. Don't have to attack with all of them. But applying pressure is pretty big, because right now you're in danger to something like Harry casting a Cryptic Command to tap the team.
Well, you would, except he has a Remand.
Except he has a Remand.
And now he's probably going to have a Surgical Extraction, because you don't want to give him back Dispel, and you're going to give him back Dispel? Okay, Justin, you're a mad lad.
Indeed.
Especially, well, I mean, you've weird. Okay, we're just gonna Thought Scour. Look who's the Storm deck now is.
I'm the captain now.
Yeah, I'm the Storm deck now.
So, probably going for a little bit of that self-mill. I could see a small argument to be made for going the other way. But at this point, the graveyard is so diluted with those Thought Scours and everything else that I don't really care about who I'm hitting, and I'd rather take away some of Justin's capacity to enable that graveyard with anything.
Sure.
Even if the Past in Flames is out of there, just get it away.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like we are going to get rid of a Polluted Delta.
And a Lightning Bolt, so you know he still has some red cards in his deck.
Yeah, and you have to think, well, it's a shame that Lightning Bolt went away.
Some would say that. I wouldn't,
Sure.
because he can't cast the Lightning Bolt.
No, I know. It makes you wrong, but I know that you have a good reason for it.
Yeah, well, it's mostly because it's a card that Justin can give him back and know that he can't cast.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's Well, I stand corrected.
It's okay. It's okay. So Scald and Tarn coming down for Harry to match up along with these 2 creeping tar pits, 3 basic islands, and a basic swamp. Harry playing around the sideboard Blood Moon that Justin plays.
True. Very true. Although Blood Moon still would be a great card for Justin to draw since it would blank those creeping tar pits.
However, it would enable the lightning bolts.
That's not in his hand.
Just saying. Just saying.
With TJ, every conversation devolves into, well, lightning bolt.
Yeah, it's actually pretty funny because if you're ever in a storm, you do have to be particularly aware of lightning bolts. And now we find ourselves in a delightful position of both.
That's very true, and you know, it's like Justin showing off the remands. He's just going to show off the bolts.
I might have it.
I might have it. And this attack makes me think, oh, I have Cryptic Command.
It does seem a lot like that. Griminoid, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. It's awesome having you here.
Hype!
Hype, hype, hype. So, I do think that this represents a Cryptic Command, especially now that we know that Harry has a Dispel in hand. And Justin, while we know that he has the remand, may just not be enough because he can even set up a position to where Justin needs the remand and something else, and if that doesn't work, it does get problematic. And actually, that does mean that Harry would lose. This is a big gamble. He probably has
really
another
is.
counterspell. Maybe it's Spell Pierce in hand as well.
It might be Negate.
That would be quite good.
Yeah.
Because Harry is at 5, which means that he is dead to the current board.
Yeah, you might be shocked that there's no bolt, but I can tell you you're not bolted.
Boy, you will not let go of any pun related to the word shock, will you?
I will not. They're so good.
Yeah. Whoop, not too much. I'll let you do that.
I got it.
I'll let you do that.
You tell TJ to sit on that side once, and suddenly he just thinks he can control everything.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
Yes, it is Antwerp forever. It is awesome. The set is phenomenal.
I do really like Modern Masters 17. It's very, very good. Even the uncommons that I would have problems with are still really good. So
Yep.
the shock is like, I have to assume he has more than that, or he's just actually insane.
Justin has an Merchant Scroll which he can use to find another counterspell. Oh wait, no, he can't unless he has a land in hand.
Yeah. Well, no, the Electromancer discounts it.
You're right. Never mind. So he can. So that looks kind of exciting to me.
Yeah, you probably go
Remand
get
for
a
one,
Dispel.
Merchant Scroll. Dispel is probably the one that I would expect, just because it's one of the few like hard counters, and that's what you need right now, because you don't get to fight any farther past that. You
Yes.
get Remand, Merchant Scroll, last spell. That's what
Yes.
you get.
Why isn't Pyromancer Ascension as good anymore? It's because Cataxian Probe's gone. That's actually the exact reason.
Yep.
And it's very hard to turn on Pyromancer Ascension quickly.
It's a lot easier to just play out an Electromancer or a Baral and win than it is to take the time to make that active.
Yeah. Okay. So we know. So Justin knows about the Dispel. Harry knows about the Remand.
I think Harry... I like this as an intimidation move right now. Looks like Justin is lining up already with this Merchant Scroll. If I was Harry, I think I'd Cryptic Command right now. This is what I would fight over. It means that he has to have exactly the 2 counterspells already in hand.
True.
Tapping down the creatures, getting to untap there. What's Justin going to do with this? Like, give some given? Not enough at this point.
True. That's very true.
I'd like the Cryptic Command in response to this.
I mean, if Justin taps out, if Justin gets gifts ungiven, it's not like he can actually do anything with it.
No, but right now, like, the idea is that if you get the creatures tapped out, Justin's not going to kill you with anything with that knowledge.
Well, no. If you think that one of his last cards is Grape Shot,
Merchant Scroll can't get...
no.
No, are you... Still, don't... I don't think
But
so.
if you go for the Cryptic Command line and then he taps you out, then Grape Shot is going to kill
But
you.
you're dead to that no matter what. Second main or first main.
Don't know if you're actually dead to that.
If your game plan is to Cryptic Command to tap the creatures and then dispel his remand, the Grape Shot is
Oh,
going to
yeah,
kill you
I
no
guess
matter
that's
what.
fair.
You just want there to be less counterspells so your Cryptic Command resolves.
I guess that's fair.
Yep.
Yeah, this Gift Storm is not actually a new version of Storm.
It's
actually a semi-old version, but it just got better because Baral was printed.
I think that it's pretty close. Like,
I actually think that every Storm deck is not a new Storm deck.
No, like the game plan is exactly the same, but I have no problem with calling this the new Storm deck.
I would still just call it.
Brawl makes it a completely different game.
I would still just call it the Storm deck. Storm
Sure,
decks are
that's
Storm
fair.
decks.
That's fair. Either way, nobody's right, nobody's wrong.
Yeah.
Does Harry even have a cryptic command? No, but he's been signaling one for the last several turns. So
Yeah.
we're playing around that assumption, plus attacking with the Tasigur makes it a very big signal that he does have the cryptic command. Potentially, the other option is electric.
Is it Stratocaster?
Thank you. Yeah.
Electric Stratocaster.
I don't know. Something. Is it Stratocaster? Is the only other card that he was representing to me.
Mm-hmm.
But the attack with the Tasigur, the just continually quickly assembling triple blue, conserving that one, holding up 4 mana consistently over the course of the game. And
Yeah.
while that may have been for Tasigur, just specifically holding up 3 blue sources, he's been either really successfully bluffing Cryptic Command over the entire
Well,
course of
Harry
this game.
is a poker player.
He is, and like that's reasonable, or he has it, and I would very much assume that he has it because this has been almost a 4 or 5 turn signal.
Yeah, true. And it looks like he's tapping 3 mana, so or tapping 4 mana, I should say. I don't think he's activating Tasigur. Yep, there's Cryptic Command.
Okay.
Gonna see Remand.
Mm-hmm.
And here we go.
Justin did, I think, get another remand,
Spell Snare.
and we know that he has the Dispel in hand.
Ooh.
That should do
Spell
it.
Snare is great.
With a ritual and a remand in hand, that is going to do it. So Harry did have the backup counterspell. Wasn't another dispel. It wasn't a remand. It was that Spell Snare.
Well, it's possible he still has Negate, but he just chose to use Spell Snare because Spell Snare is
It's
less.
possible. Harry does have a lot of cards in hand. We do know about the dispel.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna let this one resolve. Harry knows about the dispel in hand. It's not worth losing another spell for it.
Well, I mean,
How's the round? The round is good. Circular, if you will.
well, you're just using the wrong kind of logic there.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, it's just madness. So we're gonna see Seething Song in response.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna draw out the Dispel.
I don't particularly think it's
Okay.
worth debating about.
Oh, we just had like all the counter spells. Okay, cool. That also works.
So Harry takes this one in 3.
Yeah, sometimes you actually have everything and can afford to counter everything.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. How's the meta? There's some cool decks out there tonight. It's a little bit lower attendance. We've got 4 rounds tonight because of, I think Switch and Comic-Con are both doing all kinds of things. But there is Red-Green Shamans out there.
Yeah, there is.
There's Skred, there's Merfolk, there's Kiki Cord. But
You know what else there is?
What?
Round 3.
there is a round 3, and I'm going to go find out what that is.
All right, cool. See you all back up here. And welcome back. We just saw Grixis Control take down Gif's Storm. Gotta say, look, that was actually a very good demonstration of how good, of how the Grixis Control deck can fight Tron on multiple axes. It attacked the graveyard, had a bunch of counter spells, and still had a bunch of disruption. But anyway, my name's Coleman. TJ is my co-host tonight. We're coming at you from Geek Fortress up in Snohomish, Washington. We're about an hour north of Seattle. Playing some sweet modern action. We're just about to enter round 3 of 4. And, yeah, we are just entering round 3 of 4 of our 4-round of our modern tournament that we do every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific. If you like modern, you can tune in every Saturday, like I said, or you can tune in on Wednesday. You can tune in on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific for the same thing. So what do we got for our round 3?
Facing the wall.
Okay.
Lining up on the field, in that corner, we have Patrick.
Okay.
Against him,
Okay.
on the wall. Lining up is Jamie.
Ooh, okay.
Now, Patrick is piloting a deck known as the Scourge of Bant Eldrazi.
the Bant L Drizzles, if you will.
Yes, because they make it rain.
Yep, they do indeed make it
In a
rain.
misty sort of way. And Jamie is piloting Merfolk, yes.
So who was it that I was asking for
Red Green
Merfolk?
Shamans is a red-green aggro deck that Jamalama's using Rage Forger.
Also, hi Becca.
Hi, Becca.
How's it
it's
going?
good to see you. Becca, you're amazing and awesome,
Yeah.
and you're genuinely just a good person. Keep making the world better because if you're friends with JB Red Phoenix, then you're friends with us.
Yes.
I hope you enjoy the show. I hope you're having a fun time. But otherwise, just keep being who you are, because that's
Keep doing you.
that's exactly
Everyone
who you
likes
should be.
everyone likes you. Yeah.
We fixed this sound issue. Turns out they were the sound issue.
I blame TJ.
Sure. Okay.
Well, it's because I can't blame Bryce because Bryce was right next to me, and then if I blame him, then I have to blame myself.
Reasonable. Reasonable.
So, Merfolk versus Bant Eldrazi.
Yep. Merfolk is generally favored because they have spreading seas.
Yeah, the
and
disruption.
There's islands already in the deck. They ramp up particularly fast, and there's not a huge amount of removal from Bant Eldrazi. But Bant Eldrazi, of course, let's go with the classic. A turn 2 Thought-Knot Seer is very difficult to lose with.
I mean, even so, you can still have a turn 3 Reality Smasher, and that's also really hard to deal with.
I hope you mean freaking out in the good way. If it's
Yes.
in the bad way, sorry.
If it's in the bad way, then we have to blame Bryce.
Again, yeah, that's Bryce's fault.
Yeah, that's Bryce's fault.
Let's head on down for round 3. We'll see you there.
Chat, who do you think is going to win, Bant Eldrazi or Merfolk? And why is it the tribal deck?
Who's rooting for the underdog?
Yeah. See you there. And here we go. Ah! I hit save.
I meant the other thing, too.
I did hit the other thing.
Oh, okay, then we cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, we cool.
that's the thing
Boy,
that's stuck.
you are a projector.
I do project.
Stoneforge Mystic for life, yes you are. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate that. That's a brand new sub. I dig it. Plus your name changed, but then nonetheless, it's great having you here. You're a rock star, and I look forward to seeing you more in the future.
Yeah, I would like to thank you for looking up our specific equipment.
What?
They're equipping themselves with us.
Oh boy, that was a deep. That was a
Deep
joke.
cut. That was a deep cut. It was a deep cut.
Okay. You could use in Modern Dredge against Merfolk. There's a bunch of Merfolk in your store.
True. True.
What could you use in Modern Dredge versus Merfolk? Conflagrate's pretty good. The Jackal Pup. Ooh, that's a cool name.
I got nothing here actually.
I dig it. I dig it. Hold on, Bolingo on Twitch. Something. Hey,
Yeah,
thank you so much for hitting the follow button. So you can have me. It's actually true. He does have a picture of them on the wall.
He does have a picture. Jamie is gonna look at a mulligan. This apparently is the mulligan stream today.
I mean, it makes sense that you have Mulligan and Merfolk.
True, they both start with M.
Well, I was actually making a Mrs. Mulligan reference, but that's okay.
Should have seen that one. Should have seen that one through.
Yep.
That is my bad.
That's okay. You're just breaking things. It's all good.
Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum.
Okay.
So Patrick's starting the game off with the best land in his deck, Eldrazi Temple.
That ain't bad.
Jamie also starting with one of the best lands in her deck, Basic Island.
Starting with the Eldrazi Temple is a huge signal for Thought-Knot Seer here.
How about a second one, but a Matter Reshaper instead?
Not quite where you want to be, but keeping a hand that has double Temple, very powerful. Going for the Matter Shaper, also very good. Might signal that Patrick has got a more top-end threat that really looking to capitalize on. Something like a Reality Smasher next turn is a huge way to start this off.
Yep, but Jamie also has a creature that she played on turn 2. This one, however, draws a card by revealing the Marrow Reedry. And Patrick, classic.
I think I knew what he drew.
Yep, drew Thought-Knot Seer off the top. So we know that Jamie has a Marrow Reedry. What else does she have?
Well, I would actually say that she probably doesn't have a Marrow Reedry.
I actually would take that
that
Spreading Seas.
Is that
It's
a
a
Spreading
Master
Seas?
of Waves.
No, is that that's either a Spreading Seas or a Harbinger based on... Oh, no, that is
That's
a
a Spreading Seas.
I would take that as well. The Master of Waves, while good, can be answered with everything that you feasibly have, and also you might be able to keep the devotion relatively low. But another thing to note is that there are 2 lands in this hand, so he is going to be curving up. I think the Spreading Seas is the priority for Patrick. It allows him to keep casting these threats, get ahead of this deck.
Also, not nothing. It does if that Spreading Seas was able to enter the battlefield, it would let Jamie draw a card,
True.
which is not nothing.
It does allow the redraw, which when you're taking a card out of their hand, you'd rather them not do.
Exactly.
It's a good point. Yeah.
So going into Jamie's turn now, we're going to see her probably play that island and maybe be more mana efficient and play that.
I have to agree that I'm surprised that Jamie didn't cast it, but she may have been more interested in the idea of developing a turn, especially because Patrick didn't play the turn 2 Thought-Knot Seer. Probably assumed that she had a little bit of time before that hand disruption. Patrick drawing it.
Also,
Obviously pretty
Patrick doesn't actually have a third land. All he has is the 2 Eldrazi Temples.
True, but that also wasn't revealed at the time.
Yes, that is not nothing. We are going to see an attack by the Matter Reshaper.
Mm-hmm.
Really reshaping Jamie's life total.
You just read that. This is rather sad, but you just realize now that you get a fancy castle. That's not sad, that's awesome.
Yeah, there's fancy castles.
Super fancy castles.
Yeah.
In fact, can you tell me why that we build castles in the sky?
Why do we build castles?
Because they're fancy.
Ah,
Yes.
Fancy.
You already know.
I do already know.
So, attack 2, getting the trade action. We're going to get
Yeah.
Alphamaya Coast out of this. Green mana, huge. Expect to see an Ancient Strings.
I was going to say, just another land, period.
Maybe a Noble Hierarch is also a potential here. Plus emotes, which I'm actually working on making one more. One of them is, I think, going to be... Sappy TJ has been requested way too much.
Yeah, at this point we need it.
And then another one I'm still debating.
So yeah, Patrick finding that just another land, either.
Germ X617. Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's good to have you. Your infectious personality is always welcome here.
Finding that third land let him play the Spellskate and the Noble Hierarch. Noble Hierarch's going to let him get to Drowner of Hope next turn.
Yeah, Drowner of Hope, not shabby.
No, and we're going to see this Curse Catcher get a trigger from the Maridri. Now, what do you think she is going to do with that?
Normally, the conventional choice is to just start untapping your lands.
Sorry, that joke. That joke actually got me a little bit.
Is the lightning sound gone at the moment? I'll investigate that.
So,
What's up, Jack Damage? Cool name.
yeah.
Borrow that for a moment.
Sure.
Reality Smasher joining the battlefield.
Yep.
Exalted, not bad. Funky Dude, thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's awesome having you here. Welcome, welcome.
Yep, do get the Exalted trigger. Going to attack 4/6. And we are not going to have any blocks come in. Jamie is going to fall to 11.
I'll deal with it later.
Okay.
I don't want to stress out the CPU here.
It does not want to turn into 21 pilots. You heard it here first.
Okay.
I do have some good jokes.
I don't know. So Bantel Eldrazi really making a good showing of this. Had a fantastic double temple start. Had a little bit of a falter there, and then just the draws have been nailing it. Where we're located in a shop called Geek Fortress, located in Snohomish, Washington. So, Master of Waves joining the battlefield.
Making some great
No.
elemental tokens.
Phenomenal elemental
Great
tokens.
elemental tokens.
Absolutely. Those are the kind of elementals that even Joe Cool would approve of.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
Did I make that joke on Wednesday? Oh, my bad. I actually forgot.
wow. What's the difference between Spreading Seas and Aquatex Will? One more mana to draw a card. Drawing a card is pretty good. Oh no! Aquatex Will also makes it an addition in addition.
In addition. That's correct.
That's super relevant. I'm
Yeah, it
sorry.
is in addition to its other types. Spreading Seas just says, it's an island, deal with it.
Exactly. Okay.
So we're going to see a Path deck still come down and take out that Master of Waves.
And the Squirtles, much like in the show, while they came in for a pretty phenomenal episode, are just as quickly going to disappear.
Yeah, they come and go in squads.
Oh, the Squirtle Squad. Why didn't we make that joke?
So we're going to see a Spell Pierce going to try to take down that Path to Exile. Make Patrick pay 2 mana for it. Path to Exile, not...
Do you think he will?
I kind of think he will. Path to Exile, not really doing a whole lot as the game passes.
GB Red Phoenix, yes, we will be at GP Portland.
Yeah, that's the pretty easy one for us to get.
Yep. Okay, so those elemental tokens falling to be 1/0s, which would be decent jump blockers if they weren't dead.
That's true.
In the meantime, looking pretty awesome on that battlefield.
And you're going to see a Path take down the Retreat as well. Going to try to just eliminate all of the creatures.
Yep, using the Noble Hierarch for that white mana. Going
to send them all walking somewhere. Just not here.
Yep. So, I guess they're just going to Christopher Walken away.
Yep. They're going to
That was a week.
They're going to go find some islands.
San Antonio? I will be at GP San Antonio, yeah.
I will not. Sorry.
Yep, I'll be there. Still working on what I'll be playing. We know nothing about Portland either.
I didn't even know there was a GP Portland until right now. True story.
No. That makes sense.
So we've got both those. So we've got both the Thought-Knot Seer and the Reality Smasher looking to attack.
Yep. I will also be at GP Vegas. Who's on my team? I've got the 2 Donaldson brothers on my team. It'd be nice to know why? You don't need to know what I'm playing. Sorry that against...
He doesn't even know what
You're
he's
the
playing.
spikiest person in our team, and I'm the one who's trying to actually take time to consider all the meta considerations and the expected decks. My goodness.
So we're going to see the Curse Catcher jump in front of the Thought-Knot Seer. She's going to take 5, going to go down to 6. Crucially, that is 1 attack with that Reality Smasher and the Exalted Trigger from the Noble Hierarch away from dying.
Yes. So does need to develop something. The Mutavault, a decent blocker, but not really enough.
Yeah, at this point, Merfolk is a very good... it can get going pretty quick. And can get early and can get ahead really quick. It's not very good at coming back from behind.
Indeed. Seems very one-sided. Yeah, it's absolutely going pretty well here.
Yeah, the matchup really hinged on that Spreading Seas being taken.
Yes, Troy. I'll text you.
So we're gonna see an activation of the Noble Hierarch. Probably gonna see Eldrazi Displacer. And this can actually just blink that Mirror Retreat out of play to come back tapped. And, well, that might be all that Patrick wrote.
I mean, yes. Not 100%. It's not like locked down because of this Mutavault, but it's pretty close because you just attack with each of these. Looks like we're attacking there, but before blockers, we are going to blink this. The Mutavault can get in the way of the Thought-Knot Seer. Jamie's going to fall to 1. And while you may say that that's still alive, it's functionally not at this point.
Yeah, at this point, it's... Jamie would probably need Upheaval and about 4 Moxes to get back in this game.
Indeed. Oh, Jesse. Missed lethal? Would not have been lethal. The Mutavault was still a potential blocker.
Yes, that is... Yeah, it was not actually lethal. Overload's like Colonic Rift, maybe?
Yes! I am so down if that happens.
I'd be impressed. That would mean Jamie would also draw a card.
I am all aboard.
Well, we do have... we finally did find a Spreading Seas.
It's not an Eldrazi Merfolk match if a Spreading Seas doesn't resolve.
She is going to draw a card.
Oh, man. Prime time, Carl. Thank you so much for that follow button. It's awesome having you here. Thank
Yes. Prime time indeed.
We're on prime time because apparently 8 o'clock, 8:15. Is that...
Yeah, about 8:20 actually.
Prime time. Actually, that is. Oh.
Huh.
Neat.
Nice job, Carl. Nice timing. Nice
Prime
timing. I was going to make that joke.
I guess that joke actually gets 2 lands. Because we both made it, and it's a prime time.
Yeah.
I'm explaining the joke because it's so brilliant.
I feel like if you have to explain those names.
No, it was good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man.
So, I actually have to read Harbinger of the Tides very closely.
So it's 2. It returns target tapped creature
Is it when it enters the battlefield or when you cast it?
when it enters the battlefield.
Okay.
It can be Aethervald.
because that actually does trigger when the Eldrazi Displacer flickers it.
Yes. That doesn't matter, though.
It doesn't matter, but at the same time.
X-Ray Man, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Alright, so we're going to... that is game 1. Patrick is going to take it down. Eldrazi taking game 1, and Eldrazi not really the favored deck in the matchup.
Yep. So, fun fact, being 34-1, I have played in more competitive REL Modern events with Affinity than Burn.
I don't know what I've played the most competitive things in.
You've been playing competitive a lot longer than I have.
Yeah.
In Modern, specifically for
Actually,
myself.
still probably Birthing Pod. I played a lot of events with Birthing Pod.
Yeah. I played a lot of Modern before doing this commentary. And I was playing more Affinity at the time.
So it looks like Jamie is boarding in Dismembers, which is a very good thing to board in.
Yep.
They kill Reality Smasher very well.
I have to agree. Yes, I agree. I agree that it would have had her in a particularly good spot.
And I don't believe... I think that's going to be all that she's going to board in. Maybe the Kira, maybe not. Maybe the Thassa's, maybe the Dispels, but like I would have to assume it's the Dismembers at the top end, and then after that, not really a whole lot else.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of merit. Like, against other Eldrazi decks, there's a little bit more to trying to hate out on the artifacts, but in this one, they just don't capitalize on them very much. I don't know. I think that you're probably right on that one. Patrick, probably just going for more engineered explosives, if there are any more in the sideboard, to be able to hit those ones. Putting them down on 2 is pretty effective. That's good. That's awesome, Jesse. My first Modern deck was an Affinity deck that was designed by Melissa DeTora. That was ran 4 Shrapnel Blast and 4 Galvanic Blast. It was awesome.
The first Modern deck I built was actually the Loam deck. That was one of the first Modern Grand Prix.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, you don't play second in that GP.
Mm-hmm. Trying to see how the Eldrazi deck runs because of Hate Bears. And it's non-foil. Wow. Didn't expect that out of you.
No. But yeah, you know what was second in that GP?
What?
Birthing Pod.
Classic.
Yep, played those 2 decks. That's all I played for a long time.
Classic. Man. So, you played Soul Sisters? Those were the good days, Steven. Those were the good days.
Intruder Alarm combo elves. I do love me some Intruder Alarm.
You run Hate Bears? That's pretty sweet. Green-white? I can dig it.
Dream Theory 1.
Good to see you.
Welcome to the Fortnights.
Fun fact, I don't remember any of my dreams.
I actually do remember all my dreams.
Yeah. I remember 0 of them.
Or at least I think I do. It might just be a theory.
I think... Oh. I guess in this round you won.
Yay! Got that one.
Oh, goodness.
I guess since we're all bringing this up, everyone out there, what decks do you play in Modern?
Yes. Defender Mill. Love it. Defender Mill was the first Modern deck there. That is sweet.
Yeah, what was your first Modern deck? I believe we've already said. A couple of people in the chat have already mentioned. I know for a fact this is Jamie's first Modern deck.
Yep.
And I believe this is also Patrick's first Modern deck.
No. He
No?
was a long-time Obzon player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he was probably playing something before that. He's actually been playing for quite a...
Oh, okay. I see. That I wasn't sure. I know this is Jamie's. I'm not sure if it's Patrick's.
Yeah. Yep.
Grixis Moon. I like where that's going.
That does sound sweet.
Yep, Doro with the Gristle Cannon. That is the least surprising thing in the world.
It's a classic. It's a classic. Ooh, Blue-Red Prowess. I like that. You'd be building Obzon.
Ooh, I like the Blue-White Control. Blue-White Control is cool.
Hate Bears. Third deck is Fish. Nice. Very nice. Man, I've done a bunch of them at this point. I did a standard burn in modern to modern affinity to modern burn to modern 8-rack. Then I did Delver, I did Twin, I did Titan Shift.
I feel like if you're mentioning modern, you don't have to preface it with modern 8-rack.
True. Lantern Control. So I've done Scred. All kinds of stuff. Infect, did I say that one? I may not have.
I think so.
I don't know. I've done a bunch of them.
So we're heading into game 2 here. Jamie is going to be on the play. Hopefully, we are going to see her with a little bit better of a start.
Turn 2 Spreading Seas is a good way to kick it off.
Yeah.
Turn 1 Ether Vial, turn 2 Spreading Seas looks really solid.
Even a turn 1 Curse Catcher, also not horrible.
I kind of like the Ether Vial off the Curse Catcher.
Well, I mean, if she doesn't have Aether Vial.
Because it can slow down something like... it's the funniest thing. I know that it sounds silly, so bear with me.
Mm-hmm.
But Spreading Seas is actually, in my mind, a little bit of a number with Curse Catcher. In that... I know that when I'm playing Burn, every time that they Spreading Seas a land when there's a Curse Catcher, I'm like, okay, well, your Curse Catcher is now actually irrelevant. Because I can't use this mana anyway, so now it's perpetually in pay for Curse Catcher.
It's a little different when you're playing Burn.
But against other decks, which also can't capitalize on that blue mana, it isn't.
Well, I would say that's a great way to pay for generic mana, because there are a lot of decks that use generic.
Yes.
That's what I mean. But however, not a thing Jamie doesn't want to see on turn 1, a mulligan.
Luckily, those never occur on turn 1, so I think
That's
she's
true.
off to a fine start.
Yeah, but she is going to have to mulligan. If anyone's keeping track like I am, that's mulligan count 10.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Scred Swans. Oh.
Ho ho.
Ooh. Nice.
Nice.
I can dig that.
Alright, so Jamie's going to look at her 6. Hopefully it's better than the 7. It looks like she does have 2 lands.
Yeah, and actually, I have to think that her 6 may be afraid of Patrick's 7.
Well, neither of them are 8, so... Don't worry, you can score that joke in 9.
Nope. Nope. I'm off it.
So it looks like James is going to take a scry. Going to put that on the bottom. Going to lead off on an island, and...
Do you see Lord of Atlantis in this deck? That's looking pretty solid.
I would assume it's in this deck somewhere.
Sure. Patrick falling down to 18 off of a Temple Guard in the moment, notably not an island. Does run islands in the deck. Going to be trying to avoid that Hallowed Fountain, actually, because it does make Jamie's work much easier.
We are going to see Noble Hierarch come off, and in addition to the path, this will accelerate into the fast creatures that Bant Eldrazi is known for. Especially drawing that Eldrazi Temple off the top.
This screams Thought Not Seer to me. Every time I see land Hierarch into Eldrazi Temple, but this is actually an Ancient Stirrings.
Yeah,
another one of their very powerful turn 2 plays.
I was going to say, it never actually happens to me that I get turned into Thought Not Seer.
Mm-hmm.
I realize I am very lucky on that.
You know, it seems like every time that you really can't, it happens. Like,
yeah.
This hand is really good if they don't have the turn 2 Thought. Oh, there we go. Neat.
So Patrick's going to find a Cavern of Souls.
Now, that's interesting. So that tells me that he either has no more land in hand, which this is going to keep him away from the 6-drops, but 5 is enough, or that he might actually just not have gotten anything really productive out of that.
True. And also, Patrick has a very interesting card that he boarded in Chalice of the Void.
What would we play for Modern Unified? It's funny you ask. I've been discussing with Eric and Bryce all week, and they're very frustrated with me because they've already solidified their decks, and I keep trying to shift around and consider. That is a Wistful Selkie.
That is a Cold-Eyed Selkie.
You're right, thank you.
Wistful Selkie is a very different card.
You're right. But they're both Selkies. You can't disagree.
True. They are both Selkies. Now this one has a very interesting ability.
Evil Juggernaut. To bring back an old reference, it's thebomb.com.
It is thebomb.com. And this card also combos well with another 3-mana play out of this deck, Thassa.
Same answer applies to you, previous Buddha.
Yep, we are going to see a Chalice for 2, which would normally be pretty good, but Jamie has a bunch of 3-drops.
Yeah, have to agree. So,
And this Thassa is going to be online.
Oh yeah, we'll have the because of this.
Because of the Coldite
Selkie.
Selkie, she does have Devotion 5. And now I was going to say, I would actually attack for 2.
You've got you're not on blocking mode.
No, actually, I think I'd attack for 4.
Yeah,
And
I
draw
think
2
I would
cards.
too. My intent is not to be blocking with this Lord of Atlantis. Maybe just holding it back in the meantime because there is some potential. Just trying to get the card draw and maybe have the blocker if absolutely needed.
Even though she was unable to play any Warlords here, other than Mara Retri, this Thassa is going to be just as good.
Being a 5/5 is pretty good.
I was going to say, it's being able to manipulate your deck and make things unblockable, also pretty good. Or so I've been told by people who played Mono Blue, aka me. I played Mono Blue, that's why I know.
No, yeah, I got that.
Okay. So Reality Smasher coming down. We are going to see an attack, and Jamie can just throw this.
It's an indestructible creature.
Yeah,
It feels pretty safe.
I was going to say, you block, you take 1.
Path to Exile is your worst case scenario. Yep. Deal.
Yep.
Attack for 6. Deal 1.
Yep.
All right. Neat. Cool. Pass. Gotcha. Take
Got
that.
him.
Take that, you villain.
You villainous scum.
I wouldn't say so, Easy Flow. I wouldn't say so.
So
Conservative, but not a pun.
yeah, I think she might be thinking. She might be on the only way that I'm going to lose this game is a bunch of Reality Smashers.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the best way to protect that.
Yeah, and I think this Thassa is actually pretty new to the
True.
pretty new to the deck.
And it's actually coming onto the sideboard.
Ooh.
Definitely saw them in the board. So she does have, I believe, 2 Actually, no. I actually think Coldite Selkie is in the main.
I believe so. But I think the Thassa is new, which would potentially be why she missed that Scry Trigger, just not particularly.
Yeah, Thassa's not a very well-known card.
No. So we are going to get a tap for another Noble Hierarch.
Sure.
Maybe I'll deal 2 damage to you this time.
Oh,
Gotcha.
it's like a 8-turn clock.
We've all been there.
Yep. Looking at the clock and see, hey, there's 8 turns left. Right?
Patrick basically has a mechanized production right now.
Oh, true. True enough.
You give me 8 turns and I'll take the city. So we've got a block here, and Jamie is going to fall to 13. I think she's going to be trying to draw Bilbo off the top because really that is what finishes your company.
Ah, the classic post-combat Reality Smasher.
It's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Mostly Thassa as a one of main. Yeah, occasionally. I wouldn't say always. I think more people are going for Kira Great Glass Spinner these days.
Yeah, I think I've seen Kira a lot more than I've seen Thassa, which is a little sad because Thassa is a really cool card.
Yeah, but with Jund doing particularly well right now, I certainly don't hate it.
No, I don't hate it either.
I may have liked a Thassa a little bit more in, say, like a control meta, something like that.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, because scrying every turn is
Yeah,
just
scrying every turn is amazing.
straight fire. Both of them are good against mid-range because,
True.
again, scrying every turn is straight fire. Okay.
So we are going to, I believe she drew a Vapor Snag.
Mm-hmm. Is this competitive? So we actually stream our weekly events, so it would be regular REL, if that's what you're asking. But we stream every Wednesday and Saturday, plus we have Legacy on Fridays.
So Jamie's just making sure about the wording on Reality Smasher when it comes to targeting.
Yes. And abilities can target it without any downside or activation, triggering of that ability.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Why isn't she attacking with the card draw creature? Probably because it is 2/2, and there's a Matter Reshaper that Patrick will easily trade it with, and Patrick currently has no islands to actually make it unblockable.
Well, Thassa can make it unblockable.
True, but then she might be.
You are investing some mana into that, which is not nothing.
Which is what, 4 mana?
Yeah.
I
Well, it's 2 mana to activate.
Oh, it is only 2 mana?
Yeah.
To activate? Still... I could see that. She might be looking to just use her mana for other things at the moment, though.
Sure. She might be holding up
With
maybe
4 cards in hand?
yeah, 4 cards in hand is not nothing.
Yeah. Okay. You can see how often that I've seen a Thassa these days. See now.
I've played a little bit too many mono blue games.
True. I was always losing to it with Boros Burn.
Yeah, you were. It'd actually be draw 2 cards because it says +1/+1 from the.
Also
Order points.
potentially valuing it as another blocker.
Yeah, if she wants to team up to try to kill Reality Smasher.
Yep, a 5/5 and a 2/2 could end up taking down the one of these Reality Smashers. So it's potential that that's the intended game plan because 2 Reality Smashers are very difficult to contend with.
Yep, we are going to see a Ghost Quarter take down the Mutavault.
True, that's really going to get Jamie another island.
Yeah, which is another blue source.
Mm-hmm.
True story.
Very true story. Read that on BuzzFeed.
Ah.
Yep. What?
5 simple tricks to make your islands blue.
I took a test to see which island I was. I was a
Ah.
mountain.
I took that same one. I just got choked. Okay, so Patrick, you're a breeding pool. I would not actually be surprised if he didn't play it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be an island.
Okay.
So that's a little. So I would actually like to see her Vapor Snag one of these. Maybe on the instep.
Vapor Snag, the Reality Smasher
Yeah.
at the instep. Yep.
Because that way you're essentially gaining a turn.
Yep. As a quick note to people in chat, please be respectful with any comments. It's generally been fine. But remember that we are at a local game store, and our players are kind enough to play on stream for us.
Yes.
None of us are professionals. They will occasionally make mistakes, and also being on camera makes you make mistakes.
Yeah, it is very stressful down there.
So, I will say that while things certainly happen, and constructive criticism is welcome, please do always be respectful with it and recognize that these are real people who often go back and view these,
Yes.
and they do us a huge favor by being a part of this stream for us. So,
All right, we are going to see the unblockable.
Cold-Eyed Selkie jamming in.
Yep.
Getting that card draw. So,
And we are going to draw 2 cards. Unfortunately, we are going to draw at least one of the cards is going to get countered by the Chalice.
true, that Chalice for 2 is pretty backbreaking right now, and without any Aether Vial at the moment, an Aether Vial early on would have been pretty fantastic. Okay. So, what?
That is true.
How can people be real if our eyes are...
No, what Devin said. It's very true. And Patrick does play the island.
That's a dangerous place to put yourself.
Yeah, it's, breeding pools are not supposed to invite your opponent over for snacks.
We've got pretzels!
So, Reality Smasher are going to deal 2 damage.
At least, I mean, the Thassa isn't able to get it. Too bad that, JV can unfortunately not put out enough, because so many of their merfolk are tied up at the 2 mana slot. It's
Yes.
part of the design of the deck.
However, this one is not.
Mm-hmm. Whew. Okay. Very true, Jesse. It is.
And I think Jamie might have forgot about... Oh, that gets countered by the Chalice.
Cannot miss his own
Cannot
triggers.
miss your own triggers. Chalice!
Chalice.
Oh, right.
Oh, right. It's on 2.
I think in mind it was a path.
Yeah, in his mind it was a path. Yep. So you're gonna see
happens.
Cold-Eyed Selkie deal 2 damage.
It happens.
Sorry, 3 damage.
It was a good intimidation play.
It was very good.
I bet Jamie is now intimidated.
Oh yeah, I don't think she's gonna be blocking any of Patrick's creatures.
Patrick did just demonstrate that he has got a strong alliance
It-
with people who are in the graveyard, which basically Patrick has represented that he might actually be a zombie deck.
I was gonna say he might be a necromancer.
Ooh, interesting.
And here comes the vial. Okay,
Classic.
I was gonna say Patrick doesn't actually have a hand anymore. Jamie's board state is looking very good.
Ooh, that's an interesting point. Jamie does have a Minimo. Probably using it as a way to get around the joke.
To be fair, Minamo is one of the easiest cards in
Forget that you have.
the world to miss.
But that would be an interesting one. So, Jamie, if you're watching this later, remember there's a cool interaction between
Yeah,
Minimo
between Minamo and Thassa.
to where you can
Because
turn
Thassa is
seconds
legendary.
and indestructible. So
Yeah.
attacking is relatively free against this board.
I think if I was Jamie, I would be. That is the most okay I've ever been with the Thought-Knots here.
I mean, yeah.
We're gonna see a Vapor Snag. And
So Patrick's at 11. How much damage is on the field if she were to pay to make everything a...
that's
Can
5
be
for Thassa.
Can she survive a swing out and get
Well,
back?
I think she has 14 damage.
So if she can survive a swing out,
Mhm.
which I think
Pretty sure she can.
she can.
Because if in order to attack everything,
Maybe
goes,
should have fired off the... Oh, but the Vapor Snag isn't getting taken.
No.
The Vapor Snag might be able to provide enough. So the Vapor Snag, say you hit like a Matter Reshaper,
sure.
right? So you take
Well,
1/5,
actually,
you block another
actually,
5.
you just bounce the Smasher.
So maybe you go for that one, but like if you prevent enough damage, Jamie could use this Thassa potentially.
Actually, no. Patrick has an island. Those two Merfolk out there are I have Island Walk
But does need to give it to the Thassa itself.
and the Lord of Atlantis.
And the Lord of Atlantis.
But that's only 4 mana.
Yeah. So... turning these sideways...
So you go.
We'll see. Like, if she sees this line, then...
All you have to do is bounce the Reality Smasher, discard one of your 6 cards that get countered by the Chalice.
you can also just hit the Matter Reshaper, realistically.
I would just bounce the Smasher because if he casts it post combat, cool.
But they're both safe. That's
Yeah.
the point. Like,
Yeah.
You can do either if you feel like it's important.
Actually,
you can hit either.
You go bounce the Smasher, block the other Smasher, take 6, go to 3.
Or it's point of like you're gonna block one of the Smashers with the Thassa. You're either taking 8 or you're taking
Oh yeah, she's gonna bounce that.
yeah. Like I'm saying it doesn't matter. I think that your play is more right, but I wouldn't be upset with it there.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Yeah. Blocking the 1, taking 6, and I think this is a lethal attack back.
Yeah, it
with
looks-
the Island Walk and being able to give this Lord of Atlantis unblockable along with the Thassa. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I believe
6.
these are the final blocks.
That's 11 without the Lord of Atlantis attacking, actually.
That's true. So all you have to do is give. Yeah, all you have to do. Oh, please don't.
Probably still doable here.
Yeah, this is probably still fine. Actually, yeah, this is still fine.
You've still got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh no, now that Thassa is not a creature anymore. Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Thassa is no longer a creature.
True. So maybe gotten
And
a little
he
bit
does
over-
flip the engineered explosives.
That's brutal.
Actually, what did that even do? He has to do it for 3?
You can. Possibly got a little bit overcautious on the blocks there.
Yeah, a
1%
little
square
bit.
total. It's unfortunate.
Which actually is not that. It is not that uncommon.
No, not uncommon.
So that gets destroyed.
Taking those ones out, that is going to hit the Reejery and the Cold-Eyed Selkie.
Yeah, the Thassa stays around because she's indestructible.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Yeah. And the Reality Smasher does as well.
Matter Shaper. But yes.
Yeah, sorry.
Yep. And it is an Ancient Strings. Mm-hmm. Woo!
Yeah, it's a little understandable. You don't want to take any more damage than you have to.
This is how you learn.
Yeah, it's entirely.
Yep.
It happens.
Yep. It's how you learn. It's how it happens. And, maybe
Yeah.
maybe we'll go back. This will be a wonderful learning experience. Jamie, thank you so much for being on camera. Patrick, thank you so much for being on
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah, both of them are awesome for being on camera.
And also, just a note, both of them, wonderful people.
Oh, yeah, they're great people.
Delightful.
Yeah.
Love hanging out with them. Jamie, I've only gotten to hang out with recently, kind of in the grand scope of things.
Yeah.
But always enjoyable.
Oh, it's very fun.
And plus, I've got like 9 boxes of Girl Scout
I was going to
cookies.
say, I have one right here. They're awesome. I have Girl Scout cookies. It was the most important purchase I made today.
I know. Oh, man. Woo. Woo. What
And-
a world.
And I believe that is going to be it.
Ooh.
The spreading seas would be great, but there's the chalice.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. And I believe that is going to be the game. I think Patrick, they're just talking it out. What would
could
have
have? Yeah.
What could have happened?
I think he's actually talking about that exact line right there to kind of toss the assist there.
Yeah, just like, hey, you don't have to block everything. You can just take the damage.
Yep.
Bant Eldrazi is not a deck with a lot of reach.
Yeah. It
Which,
actually
which
had
is
a very
which
problematic
is
thing.
fitting because it does kind of have problems with flyers.
That and Ensnaring Bridge.
Yep. True enough. We will see you back up the booth. Bant Eldrazi taking down Merfolk.
Yep. I'll be right back.
All right, TJ will be right back. He is just checking to see if we have another match for round 3. Jesse! It's 3 months. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you for the subscription. Yeah, I mean, everyone's made some mistakes. You should have won. But hey, it is what it is. Yep, there are 4 rounds tonight of some sweet Modern action. Turnout's a little bit low because of Nintendo Switch and, Emerald City Comic Con. That is what it is. But we're coming at you from Geek Fortress. My name is Coleman. That's TJ, who is currently not here. He's out looking for another match. While we have about 10 minutes left in round 3. We're a store in Snohomish, Washington, about an hour north of Seattle, also in Washington, funny enough. Playing some Modern action. Got 4 rounds tonight. In the middle of round 3. Every Saturday, today's Saturday, right? Yep, today's Saturday, at 6 p.m. Pacific, we play a weekly Modern tournament, and we also play Modern on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. also Pacific. In addition to that, we have a Friday stream at 7:30 that we play Legacy on that time.
Oh, I didn't notice TJ was out here.
He's been trying to find me.
I apologize.
Oh.
Are you the other?
Yes, me and Aiden.
Okay.
Logan's one of the undefeated players.
Ah.
So he was going to let you know, and he was trying to find me.
Ah,
And he thought I was in here.
funny story that.
I wasn't.
True enough.
So the finals, Aiden facing the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, we got back Scred.
All right.
Undefeated right now. Up against Logan. First of all, I'll let you fix Aiden later.
Okay. Whatever. Whatever.
Scred versus Beck Call Elves.
Oh, I thought he. Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So while you're taking care of all this, getting the images and stuff, I'm gonna give a quick rundown on Beck and Call Elves.
You got it.
Combo deck version of the Elves deck, using the Heritage Druid and using Beck and Call as a pseudo replicant of Glimpse of Nature from the Legacy Elves version. Classic. That's hilarious. You could do Heritage Druid as well.
I'm just gonna get this.
It'll use things like Cloudstone Curio. It's actually using Forbidden Orchard because Beck specifically says that whenever a creature enters the battlefield, not whenever you cast. So you actually get to put it down on your opponent's side of the battlefield, but it does in fact draw you a card. What's the viewer of the day? I don't think that we found out yet.
We did actually.
Oh, did we? I'm
yeah,
sorry.
he's the viewer of the day.
Oh, you're the viewer of the day. That makes sense. That
Yeah.
explains what you're asking.
Frosty the Giant.
Frosty the Giant.
Cool.
Thank you. And as being our viewer of the day, I've got a gift for you. We're going to put on Scred.
Yeah.
But-
That's the gift. I
Look-
mean, I am a lot happier with the Elves deck, but hey.
So- It's a classy move.
Yeah, that is what I do. I put ties on a lot of stuff. I
He's
shouldn't
also
have ties.
not wearing jeans, so theoretically, he's allowed on a fancy golf course.
I am. I was gonna say I'm wearing shorts,
Not jeans.
not jeans.
Otherwise, it's going to be using Cloudstone Curio to
Mm-hmm.
bounce these, produce functionally
A
infinite mana. or arbitrary
not
legend.
nigh infinite.
Nigh infinite. Nigh. No, it's not nigh. It's actually mostly green, but that's
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Can filter it, and also going to be drawing cards with the
With Beck or Elvish Visionary.
exactly able to draw as many cards as needed throughout the deck, and can even do cool combos using Gut Shot with an combo on that, rebuying it with Eternal Witness because you cards have the Cloudstone Curio, so you can actually deal infinite damage to that.
Free rocket.
Thank you so much. You also have a Primal Command, which you can use against decks that would otherwise stop you by putting all of their non-creature permanents on top of their library while you're going off.
Yeah, and then you can even shuffle them away if you feel really bold.
Exactly. So, overall, it's just all kinds of awesome.
Yeah.
The deck is
Yeah.
sweet. I'm excited to watch it go off. Also, look, I believe he's been running a one of Paradox Engine lately. Oh, yeah. Let's head on down to the field. It's round 4.
All right, who do you all think is gonna win? The deck with infinite removal or the sweet combo deck?
The one with infinite mana. You guys...
All right, and we are in.
Logan taking a look at what appears to be 6 right now.
It
So-
is really just a day for Mulligans.
I'm actually going to give this one to Scred, personally. I think that Blood Moon is surprisingly good in this matchup because Logan needs blue mana to cast Beck.
Okay.
I also think that the existence of Anger of the Gods, it depends a little bit because conventional wisdom against elves is different, right? What do you
Yep.
do against elves?
You-
Aggro elves.
You save your bolts for the lords.
Yes, that's exactly true.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I actually...
It's okay, you're fine.
whatever. No, this is a really sweet version of Scred. It plays Thought-Knots here.
Scrying sheet's too good.
Basic wastes. Got him.
Whoa, snow wastes. Snow wastes!
Snow waste, man.
Anyway, but in this one, you actually want to take out the mana producers.
I
You just hit 'em.
actually don't know if I'd take the...
In this matchup in particular,
I was gonna say I would wait for the Heritage Druids before I took out the individual guys.
I'm still not convinced. Against this one, hitting as many of them, because Logan is a deck that if you just let him go and you think, I've got time, it'll happen. You won't even realize it, and then suddenly he's just going off.
Yes, but at the same time though, the Heritage Druids are way more important than Land of War Elves.
I agree, but cutting him down on that mana is
You're
huge, huge, huge.
yeah, but that's the thing about playing as elves. You are never going to cut them off mana.
Though it appears that Aiden agrees with you because he's actually holding up a Magma Jet right now.
Yeah, which is a way better line than trying to go after every single dork, because eventually that is how you lose. But you just don't have removal.
Interesting, he still thinks that... I think he's under the impression that this is the aggro elves. Two things there. If that was your intent, I actually would have gone for the Llanowar elves in response.
Yeah, I
to
would
Jordan's
too.
Elite.
I would too there.
But especially because he didn't play a second land.
Yeah.
I think that the Llanowar elves...
He's also on a
are
mulligan to 5.
Also true.
Things change when your opponent takes a mulligan.
Yeah. I still think that hitting... In this one in particular, I think that it... Like,
I don't agree.
I will say that I've played this matchup with Logan a lot. Like, you are absolutely right about every other else. And if you can hit the Heritage Druid, you do. But...
I
don't think
have
that
also
giving him time-
said as many times as I possibly can, bolting the bird is never always true.
True, but in this matchup it is.
I don't agree. So we got to see an attack for 2. Logan's trying to go in the backup game plan of just attacking out, which is also a reason why you hold. I will see that this is a reason why you bolt.
So, looks like a Koth is coming on down.
And we are going to see an attack by the mountain.
Don't worry, Doro. We are keeping track of his of the offenses. Actually, I have to agree with you that it is not always correct to bolt the bird. However, it is often correct, and I will maintain that in this matchup it is.
So should we just rename Koth to Gregor Clegane? Because it's the mountain that rides.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that was fine. That was fine.
I was gonna say, like, it doesn't feel like... I promise I was going somewhere with it.
No, yeah, that was solid. We are getting a Stormbreath Dragon if I ever saw. No, we're doubling up on Koths and something else. A minus of that Koth to get another one increases the loyalty because you have a new one, and now you've got protection for it. The downside, however, is that this isn't removal.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't know. Logan with a Llanowar Elf with an Elvish Mystic and both of these Forbidden Orchards. Does he have the back call in hand? Because if so, then he's going off next turn.
He does not.
So he's actually got 2, I believe, mana producers and a Nettle Sentinel. He needs a payoff card.
Yeah,
That'll do. That's an
Will
Azuri.
it? I don't know if it'll actually do that much because he's going to play the Azuri, and then the Pian Karen is just going to pick it off.
True, he can't really do a whole lot with it.
Because
in this
he can't.
specific
He
turn.
can't actually overrun here.
No, and if Aiden does use the mana when it's possible, then absolutely that does start looking like a much better play. Blood Moon, really good right now.
Yeah,
And
Blood
also,
Moon's solid card.
I
Gotta say.
would absolutely Blood Moon and kill the Azuri.
Yeah.
If I'm Aiden, and you see that your opponent is running Forbidden Orchard and a Breeding Pool, there's probably a reason in an Elves deck.
Yeah, probably.
Love the idea, because I think that it is not... I don't think that it is the obvious play to Blood Moon and Elves deck.
True.
But I think that this is...
When your opponent has 3 non-basics in play,
Yep.
yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Yep. And I think just letting this go a little bit longer, Aiden, I still think, should be all aboard the game plan of annihilating that Azuri. It leaves Logan with very little to actually work with.
Oh.
Looks like being a little bit more patient. Possible that there's some removal in hand
Well,
as well.
I
Maybe just trying to save it up for...
I actually cannot activate the Azuri.
It's green. Oh, is
It's
it
triple green.
It is
It's
triple
overrun.
green. No, maybe that's why.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe that's just doing that.
Neat.
That was very meek. That was very Beaker of you.
Thank you. Neat. Pick. You're trying.
So
Trying
2
to-
more elves
Can
gonna
you bring
come
up
down.
Koth and Becking Call is one of the fuse cards, and it looks like that is going to be enough for Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a Koth ult, pretty difficult to beat.
Yeah, gotta say, have not beaten a Kothult.
Really?
No.
I don't. I believe you because
Yeah.
that would be ridiculous. I will say my crowning achievement with a Koth ult is beating an Iona.
Oh, you just kill the Iona?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it kept it's like, but killing an Iona in a mono red deck with damage, I cannot tell you how right that feels.
That's very good.
Is kind of like the easy answer, so I guess I can't tell you.
Very good?
Yeah.
Okay.
It feels right.
It feels very good.
Beck and Aberration. So Beck, part of the fuse cards,
Yep.
does have blue-green for one of them to say, whenever a creature enters the battlefield this turn, draw a card. GB Red Phoenix, you and Becca have a great evening. I think you're in Canada, right? You're in that kind of
That
area. I
sounds
think you're in
right.
our same time zone. Have a good evening.
Yep. For the record, this is what Beckon calls.
Ken, is there a way to get Aiden's deck list?
Ask him on Twitter at some point later on.
20 snow-covered mountains, 3 scrying sheets, 4 bolts, 4 scred, 4 relic of progenitus, 4 mindstone, 1 magma jet, 3 Piankir Nalar, 1 batterskull, 2 eternal scourge, 4 Koth, 1 Chandra pyromaster, 3 anger of the gods, 2 stormbreath dragon. Is it the main board? I think that's the is that the whole main deck?
I was gonna say
It's the whole main deck. I think that's the main deck.
okay. Or since this actually is TJ's deck, you can actually ask him on Twitter after the tournament, and he can actually send you a full list.
Hooray!
So
Oh, man. Is there any way that we can rotate back and call? Unfortunately not. Okay, I'm at the Snow Mountains.
yeah, follow that Twitter account name right
at,
there.
At that red burn MTG. The MTG.
And actually, this is a great time to do this.
Clickety clack.
Don't come back.
Ooh, plugging that.
Yeah.
TJ Scred, how do you beat that? Actually, I am fully considering putting it together and playing it on the very next stream, which might be tomorrow for me.
Oh.
I did see that Burn won the Rags to Riches. It's quite exciting.
Yeah, it turns out the key to turn your rags into riches, burn them. Just burn your rags. And then they'll turn into riches.
Turns out that my clothes are a phoenix.
Turns out that's the key.
Classic.
So we're going to see Orchard. Going to tap. Going to give Aiden a spirit.
You beat Scred Red with Lantern twice today? With it getting... Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, that's actually really funny.
That's hilarious. It's a classy maneuver.
It's actually really good.
No, it's...
No, that actually is really good. I got nothing for that.
Yeah,
That's really good.
That's MC Hammer level.
Yeah. So we've got Aiden with 2 spirits and Logan with 2 Nettle Sentinels.
Guy Montags with the 100 bits. Thank you so much for hitting the bits.
It's
It's awesome having you here. Thank you so much for that little bit of a donation. It means a bunch to us.
You can get rich by burning rags. That's correct.
But again, we're gonna put a little bit disclaimer. You can't actually get rich by burning rags.
True.
Yeah, disclaimer.
Yeah, that is the disclaimer. Don't do that.
Yeah. So Heritage Druid and 2 Nettle Sentinels. Pretty good way to go about this.
It would be, except Aiden has what I believe scientists have described a metric ton of removal spells.
Oh. I'm a little bit surprised that he's not firing off this removal spell response, though.
Yeah, a little bit. We are going to see Cloudstone Curio come down.
This seems like a good time to scred the Heritage Druid to me.
Or Sunshock it.
But if we're not now, then Logan's about to win.
Yep.
Because
That is Cloudstone Curio.
that is a lot of patience being shown with a scred.
True.
I think Aiden might have gotten a little bit too patient, thinking to wait for like the payoff card like that Azuri.
I was gonna
because
say,
that's what he saw.
This is the payoff card.
Yes, I know,
So-
but like, I think Aiden is still under the impression that with that Azuri coming down game 1,
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just up against an unusual aggro elves at this point. Now
True.
he's looking to respond to this. I think he just realized that this is not exactly what he thought it was.
Yeah, this
And-
is a little weird.
Ooh, suddenly shock.
Yeah, suddenly I'm very surprised by what's happening.
So I
Out of
believe
nowhere.
Logan's at 21 currently.
Mm-hmm. He is definitely at 21. And then he's gonna go to 22. Sorry, selfie break.
It's an important break.
It's an important break. You can never be sure about the selfies.
Yep.
So we're gonna see both of those come into play.
Yep. Logan actually at 24 after all things happened
Yep.
there. And
And then since the token coming into play will actually trigger the Cloudstone Carrier because it doesn't care about tokens, it's going to bounce the Dryad, Dwynen's Elite.
yep.
Yeah. That is a lot of D's in a row. I'm just now realizing.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
Well, that card's a very good one.
that he's got
The
another one in hand. He's got another anger in hand.
the gods are not very pleased that Logan
Oh, man.
tried to combo off.
Was just a little bit too... Captain Harlock with the sub! Thank you so very much using that Twitch Prime sub. And you've got those shooting stars. They look amazing. You're amazing. Thank you so much for your support.
They are exiled.
I believe you did exile them.
Yep.
Ooh, anger flooded. I do not ever feel anger flooded against elves.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to picture that in my head. Just the anger's literally flowing out of your head. Like you're just like a red lantern or something.
I think it's like if you're in a particularly cold place and you have steam coming out of your ears, but then it immediately becomes
It becomes anger.
it's just like water dripping. He's steaming.
I am
mad.
so hasty.
He's steaming mad. He's just dripping.
So we've got.
Insert Mr. Freeze joke, I guess.
Oh, look at that beatdown. That Elvish Mystic gonna show it's not really a man of peace. It's not even a man, it's an elf.
Probably explains it.
So here comes the other anger.
Wow. And no patience being shown on that one. Not going for the spot removal, saying, nope, this is where we're at right now. You don't get to play right now.
Mm-hmm.
So Logan does have the Dwynen's Elite, a Becking Call, and a Cloudstone Cure in hand. And the Dwynen's Elite is just a 2/2 for 2. And there's a Sunshock, a third anger.
2 sudden shocks,
No, that's
No.
2 Screds, a Sunshock, and a third anger.
a P and Kieran Nallar, and 2 Koths.
Oh my God.
There's the 4th land, and I think this game might be over.
Oh, man. This is just like,
Takes away a die, goes back to 20.
oh, man.
Although, if
Logan has 1 turn here, and
Ooh.
that was not it.
Yeah, he kind of needed to draw a...
Can bounce the Llanowar Elf and replay it, but
well, if he drew a land, he might have been able to go off.
still needed actually something to produce more mana.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
If he drew land into Summoner's Pact, he might have had a shot.
I bet Aiden's going to go 2 mana Mind Stone, anger you.
I'm not sure, actually.
It looks pretty good.
It does look pretty good, but I think I might actually just hold up like a billion sudden shocks.
Okay, so before we activate that, we're going to go for the P and Kieran Nallar. I actually still would have liked to go 2 mana Mind Stone, pay 3, anger, untap a mountain with the Koth, and attack him. Because that means that Logan has no creatures on the battlefield, so it's fully defended, nothing is haste. and you're about to
buddy.
ult Koth.
That's a Heritage Druid.
That was... But without any Nettle Sentinels, no way to tutor up. I mean, it's good. It is
Well,
quite good.
you have to go off here.
But you have the Dwynen's Elite, you have to try.
Yeah.
So
I was going to say, at this point, you may as well try to go off.
going to use that Forbidden Orchard and the Llanowar Elf to cast the Beck. Funnily enough, the 1/1 enters a little bit too soon. They're going to float the green, then try and cast that one.
He's probably going to return the
Saving,
Dwynen's Elite.
I fully expect to. Yeah, because you actually get 2 creatures out of it.
I was going to say, this might actually be infinite mana.
in
Or
response
infinite
to the
draws.
trigger. So in response to the trigger, from the Cloudstone Cure, activated 3 for the 3 mana, then bounced the Dwynen's Elite to the hand.
Yep. And then
Does
the
take a little bit more.
Dwynen's Elite is going to come back into play.
So a Nettle Sentinel would make this infinite.
No, this is just infinite draws. I don't think this is infinite mana.
Well, still can't, actually, because you do need Quintillion more elves to pay the 3 with. Like, you need to tap 3 elves, even if you
Well,
Quintillion
like
get enough
right
mana to cast.
here, he's going to add 3.
Right. Then you bounce this
He's
back.
going to
and
return the Heritage Druid and the Dwynen's Elite.
Oh, because you do get 2 creatures.
Yeah,
No, you're right.
you do get 2
You do get
creatures.
infinite draws. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is infinite.
Yep, and I think that Aiden probably should have gone for the anger.
Because he can return the... Yeah, he can return that, and then the token will trigger.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe this is infinite draws.
And Logan hasn't played a land yet this turn, so
That's
it only
correct.
takes 1 land to start pushing into some other realms.
Oh, you forgot a trigger. It doesn't matter, but he still
Beca-
forgot a trigger to return that Dwynen's Elite.
True, because Logan now just needs to keep drawing enough cards until once he finds a Nettle Sentinel, this is infinite mana.
That's true.
And he does have the Primal Command in hand, so he will be able to put all this stuff on top of Aiden's deck.
He can put the Koth back on top.
He will put everything. Like
He
yes,
can't put the creatures back on top, which is actually relevant.
he can put the lands back on top. That feels a lot more relevant.
That's true.
Because he is going to be able to redraw through the entire deck. So Logan's now demonstrating the loop. He's going to say, I'm going to draw all of
Yep,
these
I'm
cards.
going to draw all of these cards.
Does also have a Summoner's Pact. Logan functionally just won.
Yeah. He has drawn all the cards in the world. And he is going to say, I'm going to make infinite elves as well. They're all
Right.
tapped.
Correct. Absolutely correct.
I was going to say, you may as well play the Essence Warden, because, hey.
One thing to note, by the way, Beck does say you may draw
Yes,
a card.
that's true. It is different from Glimpse in that.
Yeah, and
Glimpse
that's
says you have to draw. This says you may.
hugely relevant when you're going to be doing shenanigans like this.
Yeah. I'm going to gain infinite life, and I'm going to show you this third anger in my hand that I didn't cast.
Yep. That's,
That's, as they say, a spicy meatball.
I still like Mind Stone Anger. And then Ult Koth the next turn.
Well, to be fair, Aiden, I'm pretty sure didn't know that Logan
No.
even had this
Completely
possibility.
Agree. Completely
So-
agree on that one. Completely.
Yeah, or so someone wondering what it looks like when this deck goes off. That's what it looks like.
Maybe he should have bolted the bird.
I mean, I still think. I mean, to be fair, the line I suggested was hold up, sudden shock, Sunscott, Scred.
That's true. I mean, that would have been fun.
Yeah, that would have also been pretty good.
That would have also been okay. The problem is that you'd want to actually get rid of a good amount of those before you get into Logan's turn.
Well,
Or at
no,
least
well
one
you
of them.
just kill a Heritage Druid with the Sun Shock and you can't respond.
Exactly. Okay. So, yes, does play Blood Moon.
Well, this is Scred. Scred is known for playing Blood Moon.
It has been known to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes your opponents just aren't ready for it.
Yeah, you know they think they're up to it, but it's no.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, I was trying for something else, but that's what it ended up with.
Yeah, I know. Like, Blood Moon seems good here. Blood Moon is good here.
Blood Moon is very good here. In fact, that's how he iced game 1.
Yep. Was able to shut out the Beck from being able to resolve, which is a huge factor.
Yep. I would have given myself an F for that joke.
You deserved it.
Yep.
You've got a generous chat today.
Yeah, I did. I would not nearly be this generous if I was grading my own puns.
That's yeah. Yeah. Normally excellent.
Yeah.
That's not
no. Normally my jokes are still bad.
true. You're very much in line with the mentality of throwing darts at a board.
Yeah. Sometimes they're good. Most of the time they're bad. Although to be fair, I am of the opinion the worse the puns are, the better.
It's a classy move.
Yeah, gotta say.
It makes you pretty funny.
Oh, I got an E. I haven't gotten an E before.
It's between a D and an F.
I know, it's E for excellent.
Strifo, that is awesome. I'm assuming that it was something Nick Fitty. Like, that card is quite good. Chandra Torch of Defiance, not currently in deck. It's actually a Pyromaster, because when I put this together before the event, I couldn't find my Torch of Defiances. Immediately after the event started, I found my Torch of Defiances.
True story. True story.
So there should be one, potentially two in the deck.
How does he loop Primal Commands? So Cloudstone Curio lets you return a permanent of the same type you
Played.
that entered the battlefield.
In this sense, creatures.
Yeah, in this sense, creatures, and then with Primal Command, you can put something on back, and then he has one Eternal Witness to get the Primal Command back. Rinse and repeats. Your opponent is going to die.
Yep. So when you have the infinite mana and the Cloudstone Curio, it you no longer have to loop all that stuff because you have 10,000 mana. So then you just play an Ewit, bounce back a creature. Play that creature, bounce back your Ewit. Play your Ewit, bounce back a creature. Bounce that creature, bounce your Ewit.
Yep.
And
Get him.
while you're doing this, hey, maybe you're going, and then eventually, once that's all there, then actually, I believe he runs a 1 of Gut Shot as well.
I don't believe so.
But he can gain infinite life.
I know, but I don't think he has Gut
no,
Shot.
he's doing the Azuri these days.
Yeah, he has Azuri.
The Azuri is exactly enough because you just get all that, and if they can't play the game, then you're fine anyway.
Yeah, if they can't do anything.
Yeah. Because all you do is you put everything on top of their library, and then you put the card that doesn't matter, like a Koth, on top of there.
Or you
deck.
just shuffle their library.
I mean, well, that gives an unknown card, technically.
I
because
know,
you
but
just go
like...
for, a Koth on top, what are they going to do with that? They don't have any land. Does Scred run Chalice? It does not.
No, Chalice of the Void and Blood Moon are in a different deck. That's the all-in red deck.
That's that or the red-white control deck.
Yeah,
that Todd Stevens
or
pioneered.
Sun and Moon.
Yeah. Is he running Batterskull? One of. One of.
So Logan's pretty close to going off.
There's a sudden shock, but no mana at the moment.
He can't go off this turn, unfortunately. He can make a lot of mana and do a lot of things, but
There's actually an anger in Aiden's hand.
yeah, and in order to go off, Logan would actually need to cast the Summoner's Pact. And
To at least push the board way forward.
well, no, he'd have to go get a Heritage Druid with the Pact.
Yep.
And then if Aiden actually angered, Logan would lose to the Pact.
Yep.
Although with Aiden drawing that fourth lane, he might be tempted into Koth, but I guess not. I guess he's going to hold off.
I like the patience. You don't the Scred doesn't affect the battlefield at all
Also,
right now.
Logan should have attacked with the Nell Sentinel.
Just to cast the spell and untap it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Just because elves is still you're still playing a lot of creatures, and sometimes you can just win by attacking.
Especially against a deck like this, which maybe keep disabling your combo, taking your free hits when you can.
Yeah, that is not nothing.
Yep.
Like, you just go attack you for 5 here. Like, if you had attacked him before, he'd be at 13. 13 is not a very high life total.
Still a concerning place to be for Aiden. I still kind of like the idea of just eliminating this board with the Anger of the Gods, not letting it build up at all, because these sudden shocks can do a huge amount of damage control, but all it takes is hitting the one wrong card or hitting it at the one wrong moment, which with sudden shock, of course, that is hugely mitigated. But still, it's a dangerous place to be at the moment.
Yeah, and he might be... Well,
What's
I
up,
mean,
Trippy?
he lost game 2 because he didn't hold up sudden shock.
Correct.
And he might be falling into that trap of, well, I
Don't need to hold up sudden
Yeah.
shock if there is nothing to hit.
don't know. Actually, the Logan can come back from an empty board state.
Yes, but very rarely in that exact same turn.
I don't know, actually.
It takes a lot more lands than Logan currently has.
Actually, not that. It doesn't take that many lands. It only takes 3 lands.
Yeah, but he doesn't have that.
I mean, from at that point, all I need to draw was 1 land. So, like...
If I remember right, which it could be totally off, I think also the deck runs like 14 land.
I thought it was like 17.
I think it's actually much lower.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
still.
I remember that when I hear the number of lands in this deck, I go, oh,
That's really low.
yeah.
Should be
Dang.
a little higher.
I mean, it works.
Works is one way to say that. But we are just going to see an attack 4-5.
That's how Rihanna would say it.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Nailed it.
So we're going to see a Squaring Shades activation. Going to find Snow Covered Mountain. Going to draw another Snow Covered Mountain for the turn. I believe, as the kids would say, nailed it.
Pupsky Fritz, the deck feels that you just named 4 more win conditions in a deck that has enough. Like, you can put them in, it's just a slightly different version. You end up taking out some of the other stuff. I think that Boros Reckoner is not worth playing in Modern right now. Coleman disagrees.
I do disagree.
But,
I think Boros Reckoner is a fine card.
Yeah. Oh, God, I love Eternal Scourge so much. Eternal Scourge, the 3/3 for 3 colorless
Get an untapped trigger?
Eldrazi horror that, whenever it becomes the target of a spell or ability, exiles itself and can be cast from exile.
Oh, I think Logan might have just won this game.
Not with the Sunshine.
You sure about that? He has a second Heritage Druid he can find.
So Anger the Gods, huh?
No, I think he wins this turn.
No, I know. I'm saying Anger the Gods.
Okay.
I'm still 100% casting Anger the Gods anytime that you can.
Well, you say that, but he has a Primal Command.
Still 100% casting Anger the Gods anytime.
No,
that you
but
can.
I mean, he goes infinite.
No, I
and
know.
can anger.
Logan is winning. Logan is. I'm saying.
Oh, you mean last turn?
I'm saying the 2 previous turns. It should have been Anger than Anger. I am saying yes.
Oh, okay.
Logan wins. Anger is a very good.
Oh,
card in
that's
this
what you
matchup
meant.
and should
I
never be held.
thought you meant you're gonna anger in this next turn. Like, you don't get a next turn.
Yes, that's exactly why you always cast Anger in this matchup. Got 2 elves? No, you don't. That's it.
I think that might be a little bit over enthusiastic on anger, but I think that's probably
You just claimed
fine.
that Logan can win on an empty board.
I know, but still, I mean,
Or on a near empty board.
yeah.
Yeah, if a card in this matchup says not 1 for 1, I'll take that.
Okay,
What's on Aiden's field? That is an Eternal Scourge. We can bring up that card.
we can bring up that
God,
card.
that card refuses to die. It is phenomenal against mid-range decks.
It is the scourge of, well, everything. And
Heritage
time
Druid
itself.
is what he was waiting for, but I would much rather Anger and then wait to hit the...
I actually think I agree with Aiden's line there. The Heritage Druid's the most important card in the matchup. I hit save. I don't know why it's not
I
doing that.
agree that like you hit it, but you Anger when you can.
Yeah.
Just 100%.
Yeah.
Like, hitting Heritage Druid is important, but not losing is also important. And you can be patient all day long, and then you die. Like, congratulations, you're right. You should have waited for Heritage Druid, except you're dead.
Yeah, I mean, but like the way that turn played out, Aiden only got punished if Logan had exactly 2 Heritage Druids.
But he did.
And I would also make the same risk he did, because next turn, if Logan commits more to the board, then you really get more of it out of there.
Oh, I would have angered twice and still had the Sudden Shock up.
Nice, I wouldn't. I actually like Aiden's line there.
But anger and then anger holding up sudden shock.
I at the same time though,
Feels right.
I would have played the way Aiden would.
Yeah. I think he was just going for it to represent that he still had all those pieces in his deck.
Yes.
It was more than anything.
All right. So TJ and I disagree about how that game was played. I probably would have played the same way Aiden would have.
It's reasonable, but I will say that part of it is very much that I've played against Logan's deck more than I would say Aiden has, because Aiden hasn't played Scred before tonight and went 3-1. So
Yeah.
Aiden,
Way to go. No, seriously, way to go. Way to
A
go.
plus. I'm disagreeing with your line, but you played great
Yeah.
overall. Like, you just had a slightly different priority in how you were playing it, but that line that you followed, you took correctly.
Yeah.
Like, you set your priority and you followed that well. So
Yeah, you
off.
identified the very important cards in the matchup.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have played it differently, but also I've played against this deck.
Yeah.
with that deck.
Yeah.
More than once.
Yeah. Like I said, would have taken the same lane 8.
So potentially I would have been overly cautious. It just would have paid off in this case.
Yeah. So result-oriented thinking is result-oriented thinking.
I do love those.
Do you love results?
Alright, let's head on up to the
booth. All right, and welcome back to the booth. Oh yeah, I guess I would have lost in that scenario. I'm not saying I wouldn't have, but hey, that was our finals. We saw Cloudstone Elves take down Scred Red. The bunch of removal spells well sequenced by Logan to get through it. But anyway, I'm Coleman. My co-host tonight is TJ. We are streaming out of Geek Fortress. That is a store up in Snohomish, Washington.
There's 2 matches happening at the moment.
Okay.
I have no idea if they're going to have a game 3. However,
Solid.
one person is taking an eye.
One person. There's one person.
Yeah, and he's looking at the games, and if they go into a game 3, then we will be informed.
Solid. But yeah, our finals tonight was Cloudstone Elves versus Scred Red, and Cloudstone Elves took it down.
Yeah, surprising, but good job by Logan.
Yeah, way to go.
Fought through multiple angers.
And then a very
not game 3.
interesting game 3 on either side.
Yes.
That is the best way to explain that.
I will say the sudden shock was, possibly Aiden was the one who ended up suddenly shocked.
I guess so, yeah.
By the development of,
Yeah, the split second decision to cast it really backfired on him.
Indeed. But everybody, you're all incredible and awesome. Thank you so much for follow or watching this stream. If you haven't yet, hit that follow button. We're gonna try and get another match, so don't go just yet. But hit that follow button if you haven't already. Consider subscribing. You minused out of our dashboard.
Did I?
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh.
It's okay. I mean, it's super useful to us, but that's okay.
Hold on. I don't know why these are all here. No, I didn't. It's right there.
No, I didn't, because I can find it in our history.
I can find it in the history. Hey, backdoors to backdoor back.
Divine Life.
I think it's Divine Life.
Thank you so much for hitting that follow button. It's awesome having you here. But welcome to everybody who is joining us. Consider hitting that sub button if you can. You're just all awesome and amazing.
Yeah, you guys
It's a pleasure
are
having you on here.
amazing.
Yep. So, thanks for being here. Man, you're fun.
There we go.
You're fun. Woo, 230 of you rocking around the Christmas tree.
That is the best place to rock around.
I know.
Gotta say.
I know. Oh man, this stream's been roughly 4.5 hours for a big modern event. True. We're actually coming up on the end. Normally we have 5 rounds on these nights, but we are going to only have 4. Both Nintendo Switch came out these days. Plus, you've got the wonderful development of Emerald City Comic-Con, which is a pretty good one. Divine Life. Nailed it. Welcome. It's great having
Got
you.
one.
You're noticing a disturbing lack of dragons. That'll happen. Hi.
We having fun here?
Yeah, we are. How are you?
Let's keep it up.
Oh man, Jesse, thank you so much. The love goes all around.
Well, this looks like a great card. for 20 questions.
Oh, I was gonna say that we could play a fun new game.
Oh, what's that?
It's called Fun or Fail. I told you about it.
Oh, that card, right?
know.
I remember that.
What? No, we don't need that.
I know, but I'm doing this for the future.
Oh, okay. You can find it down there too.
I can find it down there.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm finding buttons all over the place.
You gonna play? Do you want to play Fail or Fun?
Sure.
All right. So, let me show you how it's done, everybody.
'Kay.
We're going to need your participation in this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, a card is going to pop up right around, I'm going to say, there.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. The card's going to
Yeah,
pop
that's
up
good
right
enough.
around there. And then, we're going to keep looking at this card, and we're going to say to ourselves, is this card fun, or is it fail?
Okay.
There is no middle ground. So, Zektar Shrine Expedition. Landfall, you get counters. You can remove 3 of them to put in a 7/1 elemental with haste on the battlefield. I'm going to say fail.
I actually really like this card a lot. I think it's fun.
I think that it's an interesting design that was wildly under-executed because they may have been overcautious. But any
it's-
deck that gets the opportunity to cast that 2-drop and then gets to put in 3 lands after that has no interest in a 7/1 haste at that point.
You clearly did not play much limited. This card was actually insane in limited because it has trample and haste.
I didn't play Magic at this time.
Yeah, I did.
I know.
That's why I find this fun. Is because it's great in limited.
Okay.
And that's what this card was designed for. It wasn't designed for constructed.
Well, I mean, that seems apparent. But
So yeah,
this was
it-
also a wildly fast limited set.
I know that's why this card is great because it gave you a 7/1 with trample and haste.
True. Pull 500?
Uh,
Why would you do 500? Ooh, that is...
yeah, this card is
gonna be
absolutely
moving-
insane in limited.
We're going to be moving on with like every 10 seconds.
I was gonna say yeah.
I have no idea why you started that. All right, next.
Just in rand. Oh wait, I can't move this.
No, you cannot.
No. Okay, never mind. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Voltaic.
Oh, this one's obviously fun.
Fun.
I love this card. It's
Done.
it's great.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
move on. That is a hugely useless poll, by the way.
No.
Yay, raid triggers?
I guess.
Yeah.
Yay, revolt trigger. That wasn't even a thing when this card was designed.
Reprint it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a scheme. I don't know how to
It's been
evaluate
a long
this.
time since I've seen a scheme.
Yeah.
When you set this scheme in motion, put 5 1/1 green elemental tokens onto the battlefield. I assure you, these are not the kind
And
that thrive on
sunlight
sunlight
and water.
and water. My goodness, these roots,
Oh.
they seem to be evil.
You know, I thought these roots were just misunderstood. No, they're just evil.
Fail. This format is failed.
I was gonna say it's arch enemy.
All schemes are fun? Fine. Fine, schemes are fun.
We got one. We got one that says fun. That person is evil.
Sylvan Tutor.
Oh, this
Look for
card's
a
great.
Creature, reveal it to all players, and then put it on top.
This card's great.
It's a Worldly Tutor, too.
Yeah.
It's
It's a sorcery speed worldly
Exactly.
tutor. That's fine.
Fun. Sure, why not?
Worldly tutor is great.
Yeah. Fun fact, I've played EDH and Archenemy.
Mm-hmm.
It is super busted if your first scheme in the entire match when you're on the play is take an extra turn. And then after they all have their first turn, your next one is take another turn. So I finished my 4th turn in an EDH multiplayer with 4 people, and I had already resolved Frost Titan. I was like, and then I was like, resolve Frost Titan. I'll keep that tapped. All right, you can all have your second turn. I was like, oh god, this is bad. And then I think I got to take an extra combat step. Like, it was
Oh,
like,
man.
the lineup, I did not stack it, but the lineup was just absurd, and we never tried it again. It was just too good.
Jungle Shrine.
Fun.
Oh yeah.
Casting your spells is fun.
Oh yeah. I mean, Tri-lands are Tri-lands. Any card that produces more than 1 mana is by definition really good.
Oh, Archenemy. Alright, what do we got?
All right.
Fun.
Oh yeah.
Fun.
Really love this card.
Fun, amazing art. I want,
Oh, yeah.
like, this would be an
Yeah.
awesome art print.
Yeah,
Well
I would
done to
love
Mark
this art.
Tadine on this one. Great, cool ability. The soil here is rich with the rotting dead. I mean, that's depressing, to be honest.
No, but like this is very good.
Yeah,
I really
and
like
they
this.
clearly actually burned the regs of the rotting dead
was-
because now they're rich.
That was good. That's true. I just want to see how it compares to the original printing. Oh yeah, that's not nearly as good.
Yep. Man.
That's very cool, and I like how
It's
flavorful
eerie.
it is.
It's eerie.
Yeah. But
Eerie.
like, I like the art for the new one better.
Yep.
Which is a shame because it's Christopher Rush, and I like everything Christopher Rush does.
No, he's so good.
Yeah,
Still, like, Chris Rush Lightning Bolt, still my favorite Magic card.
that's true.
Phantom Nomad. Enters with 2+1/+1 counters. If damage dealt, prevent that damage and remove it. Fun.
Oh yeah. Oh, I like
Really
this card a
fun
lot.
with abilities. This reminds me of Protean Hydra when you have Anthem abilities.
Oh sure.
Glorious Anthem with this card is fantastic.
If I remember right,
a forever
there was a combo deck with something like this, where you kept redirecting damage to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember what that was.
I couldn't tell you either, but also art's sweet.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Okay, well,
Well,
fun.
fun. Yeah.
Unless, of course, that you were playing against Cassic Wolfrun. Then,
Or if you had Phantasmal Images, then it was not very fun.
oh god, that's,
Like, yeah.
that makes it more fun. That
I don't
interaction
know.
is sweet.
60 seconds left in the poll.
This is easy. Give us a controversial card. We're doing random.
Random.
Fun.
Yeah. Well, if nothing else, you get the best pun in Magic. Let me ask you a question. Do you want to take 5 damage?
I've never even used that.
Well, now you do.
Yeah,
Run, actually, that's a good one.
that's elite. All creatures able to Black Neth's elite do so. When it comes to play, clash with an opponent. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Fun concept fail card.
Well, it's an elf. I have to say yes.
I know, but like it's kind of cool that it's a card that is a removal spell as a creature.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
And it means that you can get other things blocked through it. I'm just gonna give it a fail because it's fun.
I was gonna say I've played with a lot of.
I'm gonna say
Taunting
fail
Elf?
because it's not strictly a fun for me.
I've played with a lot of Taunting Elf, and this is probably the best Taunting Elf.
True. Like
Actually, no, that's probably not true. There's probably better Taunting Elves.
I'm just gonna say fail because like at a certain point you gotta draw a line. This card is a fail to me because it isn't strictly fun.
I mean, it's an elf. I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
So,
like you
yeah.
gotta have your morals.
Yeah, I have to have my line in the sand.
Clash is cool. I would totally
Yeah,
give it.
Clash is always fun.
Chandra's Ignition. We'll just move on apparently. 'cause
Yeah,
that art
that-
does not exist.
I think it might have been a pre-release.
Got it. Foot Bottom Feast. Put any number of target cards from your graveyard on top of your library. Draw a card. Fail.
Yeah, I don't like
It's
those cards.
pointless.
I don't really.
All right.
It is like a really weird way for a Gravedigger.
Like 3 mana, draw the creature that you want.
Yeah,
It is
at instant speed.
interesting design. Overall, I'm gonna give it
Mm-hmm.
a fail. It's true. Clash was a really cool mechanic that's actually just awful.
Yeah, Cunning Lethomancer. Huh?
Fun.
I don't know.
It's just a fun. Like it's an interesting card.
I mean, it's interesting, but like for 3 mana, like it's a what was it? Gray Ogre that has an ability, and like the ability is not very good.
I'll jump to fail with that. All right.
Like,
This card's a fail.
yeah,
For a rare, it's a fail.
yeah, for a rare, that's why.
Vow of Lightning, fun.
Yeah, I don't play much multiplayer, so
Cool concept is cool concept is cool concept.
yeah, I
Even in one-on-one, you basically give them an incredible blocker, and you say, "God, I hope your card is worse as a blocker than it is as an attacker."
Yeah,
It made it way better.
I don't really play a whole lot of EDH, so I can't comment.
Yeah. Hunting Moa. Okay, so without looking at this, art, fun.
Oh, that art's incredible.
This art is phenomenal.
Yeah, that art is fantastic.
Echo 3/2. When it comes to play, put a +1 counter on target creature.
Or dies.
Or dies. Ooh, fun.
Yeah, I like
Giving
those.
it a full-on fun.
Oh yeah. I wish it was leaves and not dies.
We're playing fail or fun as we wait to see if we're gonna have another match.
Mm-hmm.
So far, we're deciding that this is fun. It's a new
Basic
concept.
Forest, gotta say, fun.
Gonna give it a fun. Also,
yeah.
that art looks exactly like the Pacific Northwest.
Oh yeah, it does. I can even imagine where this is.
I know of a spot that looks exactly
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Okay, something from Portal.
Spiritual Guardian. When you cast it, I assume is
No,
the-
when it enters the battlefield.
Oh, okay. That's whoa. This got functionally errata. It specifically says from your hand on the card. And
Yeah.
The errata just says
Says when it enters the battlefield.
That is the gall of wizards on this one. They made this card strictly better.
Also, it has it has Therese Nielsen art, so I have to give it a pass.
I'm actually gonna give it a fail. Art is great though.
Yeah, art is great.
Art's great, but I'm gonna give the card a fail.
Okay, fair enough. I'm giving it a pass just purely on the art.
Fail. This card bores me.
You were bored by Watchwolves?
Yep. Well, I'm bored by token watch wolves. Like
Wow.
it's a very like elegant design. I think it's clever. You've got Populate. You make the Watch Wolf of the set.
Yeah.
It isn't relevant. It's cool. That's fine.
I was gonna say, I actually would give this card a pass every day of the week.
Really?
Yeah. You clearly do. You clearly just do not respect Watch Wolf.
No, actually, as I started describing it, I started wanting to say fun, but I feel like I've already
Yeah.
locked myself in on fail.
Yeah.
But like, I kind of want to switch. After, like I said all those things, I was like, wait,
Yeah.
that's actually pretty fun.
I was gonna say Watch Wolf is Watch Wolf. Yeah, it was very good in standard.
Sacrifice
What
and
is this card?
reprocess?
Oh,
Fun.
I love this card.
Fun.
Oh, this card's great.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just sweet.
Fun
Fun design.
Also, that art is really cool.
Clearly, this is Christmas for you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man, I like this a lot.
Oh yeah. That's great. Great deck name.
I gotta say, I think that it's hilarious that on flavor text, first of all, I love when they used to name flavor text, but it says, "We must all hang together." Let's hang together.
Yeah, let's hang together. Also, it's by Ben Franklin.
This is like Ben Franklin saying, "Hey, we should hang out sometime."
We should all hang together, or assuredly we shall all hang separately.
This was like how he invited people to parties. So I'm gonna give flavor text of fun. Everything
Oh yeah,
else about it.
flavor text I'll give probably one of the best flavor texts I've seen.
We should hang out sometime.
Or we shall all hang sick. That's a scheme, whatever. Or,
Pay X if you do
Too bad.
something. Okay.
Centaur Glade I'll give a pass.
Pass.
Yeah, Centaur Glade's great.
Yeah, good card.
I believe we already said we're a fan of Watch Wolves.
Yep.
This makes Watch Wolves.
Different. Watch Wolf is two.
I know, but it's Watch Wolf for,
Armies in a can are good.
yeah.
That's what I would say.
Oh, Loyal Retainer is great.
Sacrifice it. Return target legendary card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Only on your turn before attackers are declared.
Crucially, not a tap ability.
Should have been legendary. Our match is over now. Let me go find out. Hey, Steven. Hey, Steven. Hey, Steven. Are you, you got, yeah. Do you have an update for me?
Yeah, I was knocking on the door. I didn't want to just kick on the door. No one's playing.
Okay, thank
All the
you.
games were finished.
Cool,
No,
thank you.
okay, cool.
No more games.
Nope.
I did get to shout Steven's name, though, a lot.
Yeah.
That was fun. Alright, so, Troubled Healer. Sacrifice a land, prevent the next 2 damage. Fail.
I was gonna say I actually like this card a lot.
Fail. It's a fail.
You just don't like damage prevention, don't you?
No, I just think that the card isn't fun, so it's a fail. Like,
Oh.
who wants to sack a land to prevent 2 damage? That's
I
just a fail.
I actually would.
No.
I actually really like this card a lot.
Uh-uh.
Good flavor text though.
Good flavor text.
Don't try to force it, Bryce. It won't happen. I think I'd say fail on this one.
I'm gonna say fail, because, like, who wants to pay the 2 mana for other people that have that?
Yeah.
Would you like to have a mana sink? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Neat.
Would you like to have a madness enabler?
Yeah.
Oh, Flame Tongue Kavu. Flame Tongue.
Fun.
Yeah, Flame
Fun.
Tongue Kavu is great.
Oh, God, take me
Yeah.
back to Kavu. I'm assuming it's gonna be a place, because that place is awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Kavuval. Kavuval. I want to go to a place called Kavuval. Someone
Found? Kavunal.
Someone find a
Kavuno?
place that hasn't been found, form a town, get other people there, and convince them all to name it Kavutown or Kavuval, and then send me a postcard from it, because that will give me an indication. Not only will it have an address, but also convince me it's a real place.
True. Also, if you have a flame spitter, you can say it's a flame tongue from Kavuville.
Dang! Get a fire eater. Have a traveling circus.
Oh, it's traveling circus from
Oh,
you could believe you could believe the traveling Kavus.
From Kavuval.
I don't even know what this card does, and I'm gonna give it a pass because that name is great.
Everything other than the name is so bad, though.
Except the flavor text.
Also true, because it's not only true, but it's also awesome.
Yes, that's true, and awesome.
Ooh, we just had a little bit of a color shift there.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think let's do one more card, and then we'll call it a night, and we'll get ready to
Cool.
host on over to... I'll figure that out at the moment. I think I know who, though.
And we're closing it out with the best ramp spell of all time.
Fun.
Oh, yeah. Rampant Growth is awesome. Rampant Growth is always Rampant Growth.
All right, stick with us, because I just found us a sweet host that we're going to host on over to. We haven't done it for a bit.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Yep.
Look at that.
Do you want me to type it, or do you got it?
I got it.
All right. You do need to do the capitalization.
Yep.
So, thank you everybody for joining us. We're going to call it a night. We will be streaming, actually I'll be streaming from home likely tomorrow, so check that one out. I actually think that I'm going to put together Scred Red online
Oh,
and jam
snap.
that for a bit tomorrow, so check that one out. I'm a big fan of the deck.
I wouldn't know.
And then, also be sure to just check out, I'll be streaming on Monday as well, potentially from Card Kingdom.
Oh, buddy.
I think I'm going to stream Monday morning from my home, and then I think actually Monday night I'm going to go visit the Card Kingdom stream and
Try to convince them
do
to let
Legacy
you.
with Sean Yu.
Oh,
Oh no, I've already
snap.
actually set it up.
Ah, look at that.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to go hang out with Sean Yu and talk some Legacy with him.
Nice.
And then, of course, like I'll probably stream whenever I can and
Yeah.
however I can, and we'll be doing this next Wednesday from here. Should be
Sure.
a wonderful time.
It'll be dope and legit.
But from all of us here at Geek Fortress, thank you. Hey TJ. Hey TJ. Nice.
He-Man.
Oh man. Okay, but from all of us here at Geek Fortress,
I'm Coleman.
and I'm TJ, and whether it's you want to say it?
I did on Wednesday actually.
Ooh, well, whether it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Thank you all for being here. You make this community and the world a better place. I look forward to seeing you all next time. Go enjoy Todd Stevens doing some sweet streaming. He is on Green White Value Town. The deck's beautiful. He's making Modern Farragon. It's worth checking out. You might see it in the future across from you on the table.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.